Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? And Nothing But Niners crew is back. Guys, we are here for the Overreaction show. The 49ers fly east. They get on the plane. They look around. They say, guys, they still think we fakers. They say it's the toughest team we're going to play against so far this year. They get on the plane. They fly east. They land. They smell the air out there. It smells a little different. You know what I'm saying? That AQI is a little bit lower over there, right? What's that smell, right? Temperature's a little bit colder. Chill runs down their spine.
Ooh.
And they go into the locker room. And they putting on they jerseys. They putting on the pads first. The pads go on, right? You got your teammates jacking you up. You slapping pads. You knocking helmets and everything, right? You go into your pregame rituals. Then you step out on the field. When you step out on the field, you take a look around and you realize, fellas, there's nobody here but us. We already killed the crowd noise. All we got is us. Forget the injuries. Forget the coaches. It's just this man right here next to you. You got to put it all on the line for the man next to you. If we have any shot at maintaining this season, we got to go out here and do what we know we're capable of. All right? Guys, we were prepared tonight. And we put on a hell of a show, man. Breezy.
Yo!
What's up, man? How you feeling after this victory?
Man, listen. You already know I'm feeling real breezy right now, bro. Look, I told you they was going to go out there and do their thing. I predicted a slightly different score, but I told you they were going to win, just like you told us they were going to win. Everybody had their scores off or whatnot, but it doesn't matter because I heard Jimmy G say something tonight that I loved. He said, look, man, I don't care if we won by 1. I don't care if we won by 100. We were going to win this game. That was the goal. So like I said, that's the plan going forward. We could quit this score prediction crap. We could do it for activity or exercise. But all we care about is the win. It ain't about making statements about how much they beat a team by. It's about them continuing to win and be successful because they already know what time it is. The 49ers are the gauntlet. We're not going to the gauntlet. We the gauntlet. Let's go. Overreact on that.
Shit.
Well.
You agree with that, Nick? You think we the gauntlet now? Hold up now, because now listen, we coming off of some bad losses, guys. We got two bad teams.
You coming off of bad losses, Mike, against teams that ain't gonna do stuff in this league, bro. Come on, let's keep it a buck, man. And you heard Fred Warner say, or when they asked him about that Miami loss, he was like, yo, that lit a spark in us, yo. I mean, they weren't supposed to lose that game. They went in there, and it happened. But listen, we moving forward, right? And the goal is to get through the rest of this season healthy and victorious. Anticipate pain and keep it moving.
Okay. I like when Breezy watched the pressers. He on it tonight. He done quoted 2 or 3 of them bad boys already. Nick, man, look, the game is over. The dust is settled, right? And, we did the halftime report. The Niners were up big at the halftime score. We only put up 10 more points following that. But how do you feel, man, as a collective, man? The game is over, like I said, and here we are. Were you disappointed in the second half performance?
No, I wasn't disappointed.
Okay.
I wasn't disappointed for a couple of reasons. We tried it. We still continue to try to score and take the breath out of them even more so, right? Look, I mean, you bench Cam Newton, right? You're going into the game. You go into that. You throw the ball deep to Ayuk. Great throw. You stayed on top of what you were calling. And then obviously, you went with, you switched it up with running back because of the injury. But then, Hasty was out there. Then McKinnon, just couldn't get anything going. Look, I wasn't disappointed. I think they still did what they were supposed to do. But in the end, they came out as healthy as possible, still with a big lead.
Yeah. We're supposed to start the show with a victory shot. And guys, I haven't forgotten. I'm trying to see if any of the guests that wanted to come on are going to join. I'm sending out links still. I'm hoping that we can get somebody in here. But hey, if not, fellas, I mean, look, this is a tradition. We started here, and that tradition ain't going nowhere. I know you fellas are ready over there, and you got your stuff poured up already. But let me see if I can. I'm gonna send some random invites also, just to see if anybody is down to take a victory shot with us. You know what I mean? Let me see here. But yeah, so we're going to try to do this in about 5 minutes, guys. Someone asked me what the stick of the night was. Listen, man, when your team goes out there and they play big boy football, you got to smoke a big boy cigar. Look at the size of this thing. Now, this is a real cigar right here. This is about as big as they get, fellas. This is 770 big block right here, the CAO Flathead. This is my all-time favorite cigar just because this is a good 2-hour smoke right here. And I smoke cigars fast. This one right here can take you up to 2 hours. So this is the one right here. This is big boy football cigar right here.
Mike smoking that big stick.
Yeah, we got a couple people in the chat that wants to come in. So,
who's that? Where they at? Who?
Niner Gang Podcast.
Do it. Come on, they got to shoot. All right, hey guys, you want me to put my how do I write a message on here in the chat? I don't want to do comment.
You got to do it from your account.
Here, I'll post a comment, and if you guys send me a message on Twitter at 49ersMike_NFL. Oh, you see my name already. Send my picture. Send me a DM, not a comment. Send me a DM, and I will send you guys the link. How's that? All right. If you're not on Twitter, let us know because that's the main way we communicate here. I want to get at least 3 people on.
We can send it through email too, but they have to DM us one way or another.
Right. Either way, we have to get their contact information. So I'm gonna put this in here. I want to get at least 3 people. Boom, there it is in the chat. Oh shit, I clicked it for all. Sorry. That's it right there. My man Voight, where did his comment go? Now that I put mine up there, I'm sorry. He said, nope, that was the next one. Sorry. He says defense looked great and gave Jimmy the ball. They did, man. They gave Jimmy a lot of opportunities. Listen, man, we didn't allow a touchdown all game. Did anybody notice that? Man, I don't want to get to it. Yeah, I'm so excited to talk about this game, man. I feel like a giddy little kid, man. This was a good game to watch, man. This was a good game to watch and evaluate your team and the depth on this team, right? Like what? All right, yeah, I'm gonna shut up, y'all talk.
I just want to get to it, B. I know we waiting for this shot. You know what I'm saying? Because my voice getting kind of scorched. I need this shot so it can kind of like warm it back up. You know what I'm saying? But nah, listen, look, we came out there, man. And what did I say we needed to do on the pregame show? What was the word? Starts with the E. I said we needed to execute. And I thought that's exactly what the 49ers did. Not just the players, but the play callers. I'm talking about every player that had an opportunity to execute. They absolutely did exactly that. What do I mean by execution? I'm talking like a guy, a veteran, 11-year veteran at that. Number 32, Jonathan Cyprian on special teams, going down there laying the wood on cats. Not 1, not 2, but 3 times. Knowing that might just be his only opportunity on this joint. He actually did exactly what players are supposed to do. Shout out to Marcel Harris, Tavarius Moore. Them boys stepped in, filled in, and played they spots. I can't
You forgot one of the biggest names.
Oh, my bad.
Gratsu.
Oh, my goodness. Talk about filling in the spot, Nick. Go ahead and talk about our center. Is he his future of the 49ers centers? Let's go. Talk about it. Overreact. They said his communication was on level 100. He didn't have no mess-ups. Mike McGlinchey did. But he didn't have no mess-ups. Talk about it, Nick.
Look. Haranas Gratsu, I mean, he stepped in and played well. I mean, if you think about it, though, you know, he got a lot of snaps towards the end of training camp as the center. And, you know, then we go from that. But he came in and he played well today, man. He played well today. There was a lot of people that we got to give some rewards out to these people for this game in specifics. But specifically, I think Haranas Gratsu is one of them we can't leave out.
Well, we do have some awards that we're going to give out. I have the picture pulled up over here, so we all have our little assignments that we have to give out. Nick, you got to get your hit stick, Nick, for the biggest hit tonight, Breezy's burner. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I got the burner because I'm the cigar guy. Breezy's the most hype guy. I'm sorry. I apologize. You get the most hype guy.
I got Tony, my guy, baby. I got my guy.
And it's so bad because there's so many people that could get these awards.
I got my guy, though.
They played such good team ball. All right. Oh, wait. I see a thing for the guest. Is there somebody here? All right.
Yeah,
let's bring my man Hodge in here. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, Niners.
Let's go.
What a day.
What a day. What a day.
I need to send one to Miss Debbie. Is
Hey
Miss
man,
Debbie?
while we waiting
Yes,
for our
give Miss
guest,
Debbie on here.
while we waiting for our guests to join us on the Shot Victory, make sure y'all smash that like button real quick one time. It's 419 cats in here, and I don't see one like yet, which is kind of confusing because how y'all gonna watch the show, support the show, but not like the show? So do me a favor, do Breezy a favor, yo. Just hit the like button. It's right there. You know what's funny, yo? I asked my students about the like button, right? Because you know they're young and they know it, they kind of know what they're talking about in this whole new world game of the World Wide Web. And I said, student. They was like, what, Mr. B? I said, yo, why y'all don't hit the like button? Well, we subscribe to your channel, right? I'm like, yeah. So then we like you. I'm like, damn, that's cold. I say, but hit the like button if you want to A. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand how the likes work, yo. But guys, smash that like button, guys. Do us a favor
likes
one
are
time.
all about the algorithms, man. It's all about the algorithms. You know what I'm saying? So it helps people find us, man. And that's the way it works, man. Those like buttons. Am I at the bottom of the list already? Where did Miss Debbie's comment just go? Damn, I somehow jumped all the way to the bottom. All right, I'm trying to get these comments up here as we're talking here. All right, Miss Debbie showing some love too. All right. These people, man, I've been posting them all and I'm leaving them up there, even though we're not reading them. I know everybody else out there can see these things, see the comments. We appreciate you all. Seriously, we do. All right, fellas, I think we're going to stop waiting in the moment because I think my man Hodge is ready to take a damn shot. Look at him. My man,
John. He at the bar,
Somebody said check your DM too, Mike. They sent you a DM.
my man Niner Podcast said check your DM, bro.
I'm
Mike over here talking shit like send me a message and he ain't checking them.
Look, I got two of them. You know what it is? My DMs
man Bruce, baby. You see how we do? It's Kittle Biddle, baby. Kittle Brittle.
I'm such a married man. I don't check my DM requests, like the ones that aren't.
Yeah, like the request ones.
Yeah, look at how many are in here. This is crazy. Oh, I know people think I'm an a-hole. All right, hold on. I'm getting you in here too.
They ain't thinking it, but
nah, yo, they thinking it for sure. Yo, you should see how many messengers in this thing.
I'm sure you remind them every time you get on the podcast. They know who you are. I feel you, Mike. I feel you, Mike. I feel you, bro. It's cool. It's all good.
Guys, I got like a glitter or something. I can't get it out my eye.
Just enjoy your big stick tonight, bro. Let's go.
All right, I just sent the link to two people, guys. It's gonna be in there. Let's go, guys. All right, as soon as they get on here, we are gonna go ahead and take this shot, man. Niner Gang Podcast. Check your email, and the other guy, I forget what his name was too. Damn, Leon,
yeah,
something like
Deon's
that.
here.
That's my man right there, baby.
Good.
Man, welcome back. He's back on here. I hope you got that shot ready, man. We're gonna do this.
There like sure. Let me grab that shot. Hold up.
Yeah, outside. Yeah, man. I've been teaching for like 15 years, B. You know what I'm saying? It's real. So they know I'm gonna come to work happy tomorrow. They probably not gonna have to do too much work. But the past couple of weeks, it's been rough on them cats.
Let's go. We waiting for one more person. Where is he at? Come on. As soon as he get in here, we're taking this shot, and then we're gonna get into the show because I'm excited to talk some 49ers football. You know what I'm saying? Like this is gonna be a lot of fun. We got one more. Wait, Hodge, don't do it yet. Hodge is ready, man.
I love my boy Hodge, bro. He got the chaser and he got the shot and the chaser.
If you guys haven't already, make sure you go out and get your gold bar.
Guys, get your gold bar. Listen, the cool thing about the gold bar is not only is it a smooth whiskey, the bar is an actually gold bar. So if you know nothing about the 49ers, which was like a double negative, if you don't know anything about the 49ers, you need to know why they're called the 49ers, and it has something to do with this gold bar right here.
Yeah, see that right there, guys?
I think they're in there.
I'm just showing y'all, man. That's the Ultimate Warrior. That's the Ultimate Warrior shot glass, baby. There's Kim in there shaking the boat. She's like, let's go.
Peachy in the building. We got Peachy in the building. What is going on?
Oh, it's a party in here, man. It's definitely a party.
Turning up. We turning up.
Miss Debbie in the building with the red top hat. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody turn their TV volume down or something volume.
Yeah, I hear it. I know what you're talking about. It's okay. We're gonna be all right. All right, here we go. I think that's enough waiting, guys. Listen, guys, the victory shot is brought to you by the 49ers and their official whiskey partner, Gold Bar Whiskey. If you don't have some,
yes, sir.
Go get some.
Get it.
There it is, Miss Debbie with the let's go. All right, guys. Here's to the Niners and their victory this evening, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Salud.
Yeah.
Salute.
Oh,
Now that's how you do it.
that's how you do it, baby. Bang bang Niner
right,
gang
what we're
all
gonna do-
day.
We're gonna give each one of our guests on here right now 20 to 30 seconds to say whatever you want about this game. Okay? We'll give 20 to 30 seconds to say whatever they want about this game. All right, we're gonna start with
Ladies
Deion.
first. Ladies first.
Oh,
No,
okay,
ladies
okay.
first. Miss Deb. Miss Deb. She's always so big on the show. Please, Miss
Let's
Deb.
go.
By all means.
Let's go. Oh, we can't hear. She's on mute.
Take yourself off mute, Miss Deb.
Man,
You're on
it's
mute.
Unbelievable. I'm so proud of them guys. Oh my God.
Oh, we can't hear. She's on mute.
Take yourself off mute, Miss Deb. You're on mute.
Unbelievable. I'm so proud of them guys. Oh my God.
You're good. You're good now, Miss Deb.
We can't hear. She's on mute.
Take yourself off mute, Miss Deb. You're on mute.
Unbelievable. I'm so proud of them guys.
Oh, I see what's happening. She's caught in a loop. All right, that's what we got to do. All right, I'm gonna mute her. Hold on. So she's caught in a loop. We have to mute her real quick, and then that'll stop her loop. All right, and then we'll take her off.
I think she has the show on in the background.
Right, and they on a delay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's on a delay. So
Okay. All right, we'll try it again. Hold on, we'll try one more time. All right, Miss Debbie, you ready?
Okay, I think I'm ready. But
Perfect.
let me tell you, I am so proud of our men beating the Patriots.
Yes.
We were slated to be the underdogs, and we weren't supposed to win this game.
They
But
were fixing-
hey, baby, we did it.
Right.
flex
That's
on
what
them,
I'm
Miss
talking
Deb.
about,
Flex on them.
Throw your
Thank
east side sides up one time because we came to the East Coast and we just represented. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go.
All right, Miss Debbie, we love you. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. All right. That's my girl. All right, we're gonna drop her off now, and then we're gonna bring Peachy up. Hold on, let's see here. Sorry, it makes me feel so bad. It says kick her away. Like that feels violent, but I don't want to kick her out. All right, now let's bring Peachy over. The floor is yours. What's going on, young lady? How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm doing good. A
That's
little
what I like.
tipsy, but okay.
That's all right.
That's
We
what
all
happens
did-
when you're in victory form the whole game.
Yeah.
You can drink the whole game. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Well, the thing is I've been drinking this morning, so that's kind of
She had that sizzling Sunday drink, that beverage. She got that the Frisco Pisco punch, bro. I don't know nothing about that right there.
been drinking and stuff. I'm really just with Miss Debbie. I'm just proud of our guys because they really, really showed up. They really showed up. So I'm just really proud of them. Very, very proud of our guys for doing that. I had made a joke that, they had listened to what I had said this morning on the show, but truth be I'm just really proud of everybody. I'm proud of offense. I'm proud of defense. I'm proud of special team. Like, everybody just balled out today. It was a team win. I was also very proud of Garoppolo and his amazing throws. I thought that he was sensational today. So that was it.
All right. All right. I love it. You take care of yourself over there, and we'll be talking soon, okay?
Peace
Thank you
out.
very much. That's my girl right there. I know I don't get the cool, breezy cousin. Oh, that's my cousin. That's my cousin.
Hey, man,
I don't
it's
forget.
cool. And you
I
not a
don't
Brown,
forget.
but it's all good, baby.
It's all good. My man Deion, what's up, big dog? What's up, man? The floor is yours.
Hey, what's happening with it, Mike, Tony, Nick, Breezy? Breezy, the energy. He always hype. He ready. I love it.
I'm gonna give
Always
myself the
ready.
award today at the game, baby. Let's go.
Hey, man, look, I'm proud of everybody. I'm proud of this win. I'm proud of Kyle mostly because he went in there and punched Bill Belichick in the face. He did what Rex Ryan said he wanted to do. Rex Ryan said, I'm not here to kiss his rings. Rex, you kissed his rings. Kyle, he kicked him right in his you-know-what and went on out the door with a W. George Kittle showed up. Jeff Wilson Jr.? Oh, talk about beast mode. That man ran so hard, it was like people didn't want to tackle him. But we did a great job. And the defense, 4 interceptions. We got Cam benched, y'all. We got a former MVP of the league benched. We got a former Super Bowl quarterback benched. That's big for us, man. Great W. Appreciate the show. Love what y'all do, man. Shout out to everybody. Tony, I remembered your name, man. I know who you are. I know you love the grit. Mike, keep smoking them stogies, baby. Breezy, keep that energy. Nick, keep everything going, man. Love the show. Thank y'all for having me on. Appreciate it. Niners all day, baby.
Hell yeah, man. That's that guy right there, man. Okay, so that's Dion. I love it. All right, Hodge, man. No pressure at all. But there's a saying that says save the best for last. Now, hold on before I offend anybody. I'm not saying that right now. I'm just saying that that's an expression. Okay, so I don't know if Hodge feels that way, but I know my man was turned up. I said, Mike, man, that's a little late because I'm gonna be done by then. But he's here. I appreciate it. What's up, bro?
I'm going to use my 20 seconds. Let's do another shot. Anyone?
Oh,
Any
man.
people out there? Let's do another one.
My
I'm
throat on
ready.
fire, cuz. God.
Bring it.
I'm not in
Any
a position to
people
say
out
no.
there?
I
This
am.
is to you.
I had
Here.
that gold bar, and I'm gonna have a shot of H2O.
Let's go,
High
Niner.
quality. Here we go.
I'm with you. Hold on. Let me get the lid back on the gold bar here. Okay.
I'm
My
not
man,
running out of my gold bar.
Oh,
Bring the heat.
we go again.
Oh, he didn't pour his.
Oh, I poured it. I already did it.
He already did. He's doing another one.
He hides on
he
shot
did it already?
3. Yeah, yo, you slow, man. You
Oh,
slow.
I'm sorry. All right, here we go.
Over there.
Are we
Hey,
ready?
I'm with you, bro. Salute.
Salute. Faithful.
Yo,
That's my guy Hodge. Hey, send that love to the family. All right.
One time for the one
You're
time.
welcome.
Don't sleep on the H2O shots out there, y'all. Listen, this is high quality H2O. This is from a Brita. My wife bought a special Brita, not the old school joint. She got some new school joint, right? And I got the squirts of lemon juice, the fresh squeezed lemon juice in the joint. So I'm telling you, don't sleep on that joint. It'll get you right.
Tell him, Hodge, that's some high quality H2O.
High quality H2O.
All right, Hodge. We'll check you, man.
Jay.
Yeah, right.
All right, Hodge. You be safe. All right, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Peace out, bro.
That's my guy.
Hey, man,
That
don't
is
be
my
coming at me because I'm taking water shots. Look, I got to teach our kids in the morning. What you want me to do? You want me to teach them about something I shouldn't
No,
be
you're
teaching?
right.
Right. You know what I'm
You
saying?
should be responsible. Yeah, you are
Yeah.
absolutely correct. You are 100%
But
right.
I did my
All right.
victory shot and
I
the
don't know, bro.
halftime show shots.
It's 2020, so who knows right now?
You know what it is?
Teachers probably got shit in their coffee cups right now, bro.
Mike wouldn't let me take the gold bar halftime shots because he thought I was gonna mess up and do some crazy superstition if they didn't. So I had to do this vodka, and y'all remember how the vodka make me, right? And this that Russian stuff. So you hear I can't talk right now.
Me out in 20 minutes. I see what you say. Okay, I'm with you.
We good, B. We good. I'm Gucci.
I want to switch Tony with myself because I want to get the background, the NB Niners logo looks nice on his wall up there.
Nah, right, you just wanted the white boys on top. It's cool though. Like I see how you.
Nope, it's okay. It'll be right here on my tree.
Just playing, Mike. Dang, man.
It is cool. Listen, man, guys, we got a lot to talk about. So let me start with some of these things I have up here. Oh man, are we about to do this again?
Yeah, you forgot. You forgot Tariq.
I didn't forget he wasn't here. All right. You know what? We got to honor the system. We have a system running here. He's on the. Can you hear us?
Yes, sir. I can.
All right. Let's make him the guest of honor. You got. Are we gonna take another shot, or can we just let him take the shot on his own? One of us has to take a shot with him. Who's gonna do it?
Here we go.
Oh,
I'll take one. Oh, Breezy's taking it.
No, Breezy's taking water. He's cheating. It's bad. Look, I have a drink. I'm not gonna take a shot, but I'll take a sip with you, bro.
See, that's bad luck.
I got it.
You know what, Mike? I can't stand you, bro.
No, I'm just saying it's bad luck to take a toast with water.
There he is.
You know? Look, he got support from the missus. She holding up the 49. Get you a woman who supports you.
She was deployed to Jordan. She's back. She's a 49er fan. She picked up some new pajamas. All
hey,
go.
Where's her shot though, bro? Because
look, she got a little something for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That better be alcohol because I just got cussed out for drinking water. So
three queens of the empire been on the show tonight. I'm loving it. All right, let's do this, man. Tara, after this drink, you got 20 seconds to say whatever it is you want, brother.
All right, let's go ahead and take it.
Salute.
Hey, today we were all gas, no brakes. Finally. We spinning and winning, no fakes. Defense came to play.
Let's go!
I gotta talk to my son. I'm gonna talk big jump to him. I talked to those Cowboy fans. They hurting real bad when you beat a team that don't even have a name, brother. Hey, Mike, your boy in the backfield did his work today. I was telling them, boy, wait till Mike get on this show. We ain't going to be able to shut him down. He going to be like Muhammad Ali in his 60s. He been telling us about that running back all for about a year and a half now. So, hey, talk your ish, young man. Talk your ish. Rumble, young man, rumble. 49ers on the roll. I'm scouting these Seattle Seahawks. We're going to have something for them and the rest of the NFL. We pretty, we young, and can't possibly be beat. Y'all have a night of nights, young man. Thank y'all.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, that's how you do it right there. Let's go.
Hold on. I gotta call up my man because he said everything I said with way less hype, and I felt like he was way more effective with it. You know what I'm saying? That was dope. Rumble, young man, rumble. Yo, like, did you hear how cool and smooth it came out? Like, that was dope.
That's like professionalism. Like he knew he's like he done that before, right?
It transcended the energy that he had from his smoothness transcended into me. So now I'm like, I might just be laid back right now because I feel like I could drop that same kind of message with some smoothness in it. But then y'all can't be lying like, yo, Breezy with the energy. It's there. It's just smooth. I just had some of this smooth Gold Bar whiskey. Let me be smooth.
All right, man. So we're gonna be smooth here. We're gonna rock out tonight. Now let's start the show off the right way, man. We did start it off the right. By the way, I'm not gonna lie. We're 26 minutes in. That's probably my favorite start of any overreaction show we've ever done. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I loved what we just did here. That was amazing. That was awesome. I'm looking forward to more of these just like this later on down the line. Okay. So I have some numbers here. I'm gonna put the tickets up on the bottom here, and let's talk, man. Tony, man. The 49ers came out and they did something phenomenal, man. They only allowed 241 yards of offense to the opposing team while they racked up damn near 500 yards themselves. And that's with them, in my opinion, taking their foot off the gas in the second half. All right. So now I won't say the whole second half. I think in the third quarter, they came out trying to gain some yards and they only got
the fourth quarter they did.
Right. But they definitely took their foot off the gas, especially when we lost the running back, Jeff Wilson. Damn, I got something in my throat. Gotta say that man's name right. Jeff Wilson Jr. All right.
I disagree. I disagree a little bit. I don't think they took the foot off the gas when they lost Jeff Wilson Jr. I think they took the foot off the gas when they lost Deebo Samuel. And on top of that, that's when I felt like Kyle started to say, you know what? Let's go out here. And then they went back to running the ball with Hasty. I don't necessarily think they took their foot off the gas. They were trying to put up points this whole game. So I think this was what we needed as a collective group because we all knew that this was what our team was all about. It didn't matter. This was the first time I can honestly say the next man up mentality looked like they were supposed to be the next man up. Does that make sense? Because it was like they were out there. We didn't really skip a beat.
Some of these next men look like they should have been the men, but I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let Tony. I want to see what Tony's got to say about that, and then we'll give it up to Nick too. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this game, man. Let's break it down, man.
I thought it was a good game, man. Very impressive from the coaching side. Kyle came up with a game plan. He executed it. He got Jimmy going eventually into the second half where he was throwing the ball downfield a little bit. And he looked pretty decent doing it. So I know the first half I said I was a little concerned about that, how he overthrew Kittle in the first quarter. I think it was the third drive. And there was no pressure in his face. He just launched it. And, it's concerning. But overall, I just think this team, for the array of injuries that they have and two more today, like key guys, key contributors, and they just keep going. And you have to just give credit to Kyle and that coaching staff because all these guys are prepared. They just come in and they play. One concern I have is what is up with McKinnon? I know they're trying to say, oh, we gave him rest, Well, you paid all that money to get this guy here. I understand he's on a 1-year deal with like a veteran's minimum. He should be a part of your game plan. And I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know if they lost confidence in him or if his running style isn't fitting this team's offensive style as far as the zone blocking. But overall, it was a great win. It was a very impressive win. The defense, we had 4 interceptions, I think. Jamar Taylor had 2. Warner had 1. And was there another one?
Emmanuel Mosley.
Yeah, Mosley had that over the shoulder, like a wide receiver.
So Very impressive. I think the run game, they gave up a couple, like in the latter part of the game with Burkhead and I think it was Harris, the guy's name was.
But the starters weren't even in there. Like Warner wasn't in there. No. Greenlaw wasn't in there.
Well, they were in there in the third quarter when they gave up a couple runs that I saw.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were saying later in the game. Sorry.
No. So, yeah, it was just an impressive win. Great job by Kyle. And hopefully these guys don't have to go on IR because I think this team's starting to heat up at the right time. They got 3 big games coming up in front of them. And, if they want to be in it, they got to keep going. They got to keep fighting.
Yes, sir. Tony touched on a lot of good points there, Nick. I'm going to change the ticker at the bottom from the yards to the third down conversions allowed to a Bill Belichick-led team that prides themselves on efficiency. All right, so Nick, I'm going to give it to you. You can recap whatever part of the game that you want, but I'm changing the ticker every time somebody speaks. I'm just going to put something else down there. You guys can choose to comment on that if you don't want to. You want to tie it into what you're saying, by all means. But listen, man, this was a damn impressive game for this 49ers team, and I can't wait for us to give out our awards.
Yeah, I mean, overall, all 3 phases of football, this was a really good game. I'm going to go back a little bit to what, is there concern for McKinnon? I think this was Kyle Shanahan's plan the entire time. I really do. I think it was to start Jeff Wilson. And look, he was injured. Keeping the game plan for this week to where, okay, they think they're getting McKinnon. They're not getting that. I'm going to use such and such and these and change it up with explosion-type backs. And then maybe, really give McKinnon that rest. McKinnon's been going hard. And then – obviously, I think McKinnon would have gotten the game a little bit more if Jeff Wilson Jr. wasn't as hot as he was. I think that he would have gotten the game a little bit more, but you run with the hot hand. And this was like a disguise by Kyle Shanahan as in who he was going to use in the backfield. Okay, Mostert's not there. Who were they using? We didn't know Jeff Wilson was starting to playing until yesterday. None of us thought he was going to be the starter. So why would Bill Belichick think he was going to be the starter? Bill Belichick game plan for Jerick McKinnon. And then Kyle Shanahan threw in a monkey wrench and said, nah, we're going to go with these guys.
Talk your shit, Nick. Nick is this is the kind of shit I be on. I like this, Nick. I like this version of Nick right here. Let's go. That,
to me, was very important, and I think Kyle deserves the credit for that because he said, look, you think this is what we're coming with. Same thing with a lot of the end around the stuff. He didn't do any of that, but guess what? He still used his running backs and the motions to get his running backs outside of their coverage to where they couldn't do anything. So this was a great game by Kyle Shanahan, man. Great game plan, execution-wise, all the way across the field, between the defensive side of the football, the offensive side of the football, and special teams as well. We had 1 punt when there was 3 minutes left in the game. 1 punt.
Yeah, and by the way, that punt was inside the 20. I think it was inside the 10. Yeah, that was a phenomenal punt by my man Mitch Wisnowski.
And the 2 fumbles on special teams that we didn't recover, but we still caused fumbles. On Cyprian caused those fumbles on the special teams. And then obviously all over, man. It was just a really good execution and game. Look, I think that Miami game really kicked these guys in their asses and got them moving. We're better than this. There's no reason we should have looked like this.
I agree with everything Nick just said right there. They referred to that Miami game even tonight in the presser saying that they were embarrassed. This is 2 weeks later. Now think about this for a second. Every single game, whether we win or lose, what do they say at the microphone? We got 24 hours to take in what that game was, and then we're over it and we're on to the next team. They're still talking about that Miami loss. You know why? Because it's people like us. I'm gonna take the blame for this. It's people like me who will say, well, the 49ers have been the get-right team for the teams that were bad. You know what I'm saying? I said that on the pregame show. I said that on the game preview show, that teams are using the 49ers to get right against. You know what I'm saying? And so they know that we're saying stuff like that. They know what people, it's not just me, other people are saying it too. I was watching the Eric Davis. He went on his Instagram live and he did a show immediately following the game, right? And he was saying, someone said to him, Eric, go ahead and tell everybody what you said last year. We don't have to go through the gauntlet. We are the gauntlet. Eric said, no, we're not. You ain't see this last couple of weeks? We lost to the Eagles and we lost to the Dolphins. No, we are not the gauntlet. We haven't proved anything yet. We're beating teams that are struggling. We're still not the gauntlet. Now, the way you look good and become the gauntlet is when you destroy bad teams. Bad teams shouldn't stand a chance against what you're doing if you're doing it the right way. And I think that's something that was going on here. The 49ers were 5 of 9 on third down tonight. Now, I'm not doing the math on it, but that's got to be close to 60%, maybe even a little bit higher. And then we only allowed 1 of 6 guys. That's like 15%. Is it 15 to 17, 18% on third downs tonight? We were phenomenal. The defense was, keep this in mind. The defense was the more injured side of the ball. They were the side that had the least starters. And those guys were the best part. I know we put up 33 points. I know what we did. But the defense gave them possessions, 2 or 3 times on our side of the field. I mean, come on, man. When I was looking at the scoring drives and there were 3 of them for less than 50 yards, that tells me what the defense did. Those were the turnovers. You know what I'm saying? We had a 38-yard drive for a touchdown. How you get 38 yards? It wasn't a phenomenal punt return. We didn't get any of those. It was the interceptions. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are all over the place. We're still struggling against the to get sacks and all that, but we got some. We got 2 tonight. One of them was by Dre Greenlaw. But Breezy, man, I'm going to pass it up to you, man. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change the thing on the bottom. I'm going to change the ticker. But Breezy, man, I want to ask you a very specific question. If you look at this 49ers offense, okay, actually, let's talk injuries. Let's talk injuries. All right. Now, there were 3 main injuries from tonight, and I'm saying 3, even though people are going to say that there's only 2. One of them was going to be the running back, Jeff Wilson Jr. Kyle Shanahan said it looks like a high ankle sprain, but it's only what it looks like. He's not sure. We're going to go through the testing and everything and get it looked at, and we'll have a better answer for you guys.
Well, the MRI did come back out, just so you know, and it said there's no significant damage. So,
right. So I don't know if that was before Shanahan or after Shanahan's presser, but Shanahan
after, yeah.
Yeah, when he was speaking, he said he wasn't sure. He said it looked like a high ankle sprain, but we're not sure because he was walking on it on his own. So maybe it wasn't. So Shanahan wasn't sure, but that's a good sign. Maybe we don't lose him for that long. The other significant injury was Deebo Samuel. He said it was a hamstring injury, but he wasn't sure how significant that was. All right, so that's a good thing. We're going to knock on wood for that also. And the third one, which I'm a little confused about, was Richie James. Now, I remember seeing Richie James stay down. He got hit on a return. He stayed down, but then he came back. Did he go out again after that? Because I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
He went out again after that, and then you just didn't notice it because there was no kickoffs.
Right, we didn't return any more kicks. Okay, that's okay. So that's what it was. All right, okay. So I was confused when I heard them say that Richie James got hurt again, and I was like, I don't remember seeing him get hurt again. So what was the second injury on? What was that
ankle?
One on?
His ankle, man.
No, not what part of his body, but what plate? What kind? Was it a kickoff? Was he on the field as a receiver? Like what happened?
No, I think it was from the same play, the stemming, and then he went back out, and then he just couldn't go on it anymore.
Oh,
like
okay.
he was like tried to go back out, and then maybe it was just like, oh, I can't go anymore. Because then after that, I mean, there was nothing else. There was no other kickoffs because he took one more kickoff,
right,
to start the half,
right, and then that was it.
That was it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Breezy, what are your thoughts on these injuries?
Half, but you know what I mean. Start our offensive half.
They got the field goal. I think they got the field goal on their opening drive of the second half. I think that's what it was. Maybe their second drive. But either way, they got a field goal early in the third, and then there was a kickoff after that, and that's when we saw him one more time. And then apparently he got injured, so I didn't see it. But Breezy, man, what are your thoughts on these injuries, and which one do you think is the most significant? Now, all of them are important. I don't ever want to downplay a person and their injuries and their contributions to the team, but which one did you think was the most significant? Which one are you most worried about?
I guess I'm most worried about Deebo. Because he is an explosive playmaker on the field. I feel like the 49ers have running backs, and they're going to figure out ways to get their running backs involved. Tonight was just a night where Jeff Wilson Jr. was hot. He was doing their thing, and unfortunately, on a touchdown run, he gets an ankle sprain, a high ankle sprain on top of that. So what they say. So I still think that we have running backs that we're going to be getting back. I know we have other receivers in the camp, but you're talking about having wide receivers that can run reverses. I said on the pregame show that no one could cover Deebo on the New England Patriots, and I was right. But then Deebo goes out on a wide receiver run and then ends up losing a yard and gets hurt on that particular play. He didn't have to go out for passes. Kyle Shanahan is utilizing his receivers in the run game, and it's been effective. And I like how the simple fact, Nick talked about it earlier, we didn't see a lot of reverses. No, you didn't. but you still saw the formations and they had to prepare for it. And when you play a game of chess like that, like it's really hard to beat a chess player when you think they're going to do something and they come out and do something totally different. Oh, it appears he's going to do this. We got this. Bam, bam, bam. So Debo, to me, is a key factor in setting up this offense. And I know that, again, Jeff Wilson Jr. did his thing tonight, and this is no discredit to him. I want him as well, but we got running backs. That's one thing we're going to have going forward. It's something that we have. We just have a good depth side at the running backs, but wide receiver we don't. And the type of wide receivers the 49ers need are the physical type of wide receivers. We talked about it on the halftime show. Nick mentioned what do our wide receivers look for when they get the ball? It ain't yak, it's contact and the yak. Like it goes hand in hand. So my point
can we put that on a shirt? We want contact, not yak, like or something like that.
Absolutely,
I like
absolutely. We can put that on the shirt. We can absolutely do that. All right, but that's my point. And when you got a wide receiver physical like a Debo Samuel, and you have to replace that, it's going to be tough. Now, I will say this. The 49ers, I got to disagree, boy, with your boy E, man. I love Eric Davis, but we are the gauntlet. And what I mean by that is we had to go through the gauntlet last season. We already know what it takes to go through a gauntlet. I believe that the 49ers, regardless who they might have lost to, whether it was a team they should have beat or a team they shouldn't have beat, the fact is they're beating the teams that they need to beat, right, to be considered whatever, and they losing to these other so-called subpar teams. It's hard when you playing a team that's scrapping, bro. It's not as easy. But I think right now that their mentality, I think the Miami game smacked the taste out their mouths, and their mentality has switched. I think someone said it best in the press. I think it was Fred Warner. I'm not sure, but I think every player at this moment on the 49ers, including the coaches, find this dark place where they go in and they figure out they separate themselves from who they are, and they go to a different person. It's like a different personality. I think every player is finding their dark place, and don't forget, we got reserves coming back soon. So when I say we the mother gauntlet. You understood? Understood.
I hear you. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Hey, listen, man. I just got a DM. I mean, a message on Twitter. I think all of us did, from somebody who we hold near and dear to our hearts.
Yeah, she cussing us out, but it's cool.
Yeah, but I'm gonna send her the link. Listen, I will take another. I'll take another sip with her. I got to get her on here. But before we do, I'm gonna get my guy on here, man. We're gonna bring Dre in here. Dre, hey, don't curse me out on my stream, bro. I'm telling you now. Dre, don't curse me out on my stream, bro.
I'm gonna keep it. I haven't heard Dre curse in a month. I don't know what regiment he on. He on something new right now. So I think we good.
Hey, no, man. Yeah, it's different, bro, when you get monetized, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta try to watch those. You know what I mean? I only say that, right? I you know, hey, bro, it's different. It's different when you start seeing that revenue coming in. You be like, hold up, I need to change some things. I can't be going bad all the time. You know what I'm saying? But man, how y'all doing, bro? How everybody doing, bro?
We doing good, B.
We good.
Good to hear from you, bro.
Most sure it's not this, man. You just been going to church, bro.
On the low.
I like it. Now, Dre, man, look, the Niners were on the plus side. We were +2 in turnover ratio tonight, man. We gave up 2. Now, one of them, we can critique it all we want. That in the half, that deep bomb by Jimmy Garoppolo, it was all or nothing. It was either touchdown or we going to halftime. There was no risk in that. I'm not mad at that kind of turnover. And then there was the one that was just the Jimmy Garoppolo throw. But what did he do on the following drive? He does what Jimmy Garoppolo always does, right? It's just his thing. Like Breezy said it multiple times on the show, get that one interception out the way, and then you go out there and you can ball out the rest of the game. And it seems like that's what Jimmy was doing. What were your thoughts on the turnovers tonight, and then any other takes that you have from the game?
As far as the turnovers, I actually watched the replay like 3 times. Because I had my TV going and I have a link to watch the game on YouTube. So I was watching the game live on my TV and I rewatched it on my phone 3 times. If anybody knows anything about going up there to Foxborough, it's the weather's different up there. I think that the wind caught that ball, bro. If anybody has a chance, I can't pinpoint on what minute mark it was, but if anybody has a chance to go and watch that, just go and watch that throw. It looked like the wind carried that ball a little bit high. And I'm not trying to make an excuse for Jimmy, but that's kind of what I seen because it looked like it was on par. And about 3 yards before it was supposed to hit George's hands, it kind of sailed and went high. And that's a sign of the wind catching the ball. So that's what I seen. I don't know exactly what happened, but that's what it looked like to me. As far as the second interception, I'm not really mad about it. I mean, it didn't affect the game. Jimmy tossed one up there, and Kyle Shanahan said something in the post-game interview. He said, we want Brandon Ayuk to go up and fight for those balls. So everybody who was mad at KB in the week 1 against the Cardinals, where he had a defender draped on him and he did not get the call and the ball, hit him in his helmet. Everybody who's mad about that, you should be mad at Brandon Ayuk. Like, my whole thing is this, bro. If you're going to criticize it, criticize straight across the board, dude. Like, don't just do it to one guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do it straight across the board. Like, Ayuk, I love you. Marvelous game. Great game. But I want to see you fight for that ball.
15 yards.
Yeah, great game, but I want to see him fight for that ball. That's about it. This game, it just let me know that we probably have the best player personnel in the NFL. And when I say that, I mean the coaches, because we are the best at taking guys who were nobodies and making them into NFL athletes, bro. It is simply amazing. We are missing 7 starters on defense, and we caused 4 turnovers. And we held a Pats offense who scored 34 points against the Seahawks to 6 points in their home stadium. This is the biggest blowout in Patriots history in the Bill Belichick era. 27 points.
Hold that thought. Hey, Mike, this is a smack for you. Because you said that the Patriots ain't going to come out there and look as flat. Them cats was deflated, bro. Carry on, Dre.
Yeah.
Yo, but one other thing real quick to touch base on what you're saying, Dre. The Patriots have scored on their opening drive since 2012. Since 2012.
Well, wait, I nipped that in the bud. Clip.
I got another stat for y'all. This is the first time in almost 20 years, it's been 18 years exactly, since the Belichick-led team has lost 3 games in a row. They said that it hasn't happened since 2002. All right? So there's plenty of numbers to go around to say why, oh, my God, the Niners, what they did is impressive. And with all the injuries on top of that, oh, my God, come on, man.
And if anybody has watched the Patriots games, guys, they haven't been blown out this year. I know their record was 2. I know they only won 2 games, but they've been in every single game this year. They have not been blown out.
Even last week, Dre, they came back.
They came back.
Yep.
Hey, man, it was highly impressive. Huge shout out to the special teams. Our special teams was looking extremely shaky the first 3 weeks of the game, the season. Huge shout out to special teams, man. Our special teams look hungry. Huge shout out to Tavares Moore and Al Shire. You were not coming across the middle today. Don't do it. Don't.
And
you're going to hurt yourself.
Throw Taylor in there, too, because Taylor was doing this thing, too, man.
Okay, yeah. Taylor did his thing, too.
3 boys was killing it out there.
Hey, yeah, man. I'm highly impressed. Like I said, man, this Seahawks team allowed this team to score 34 points. We have to figure out an offensive plan without Debo. Who's going to take up his production? I feel like Jermichael Hasty needs to be in the backfield, and they need to split out Jarrett McKinnon and turn him into a wide receiver.
Okay, that's what I said. Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
Without Debo, Jet, we need you. Kyle came out and said the plan was to rest you because your ribs got banged up. But next week against these Seahawks, we definitely need you. I feel like this is a team we could beat. Everybody thinks the Seahawks are so great. Guys, my significant other, she's a Seahawks fan. I have to watch their every single. Yes, it's a house divided, right? I have to watch their games every week. I just don't see it.
Trey,
I don't.
What you see, Dre, is you see probably like the best quarterback in the NFL, possibly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's no possibly. Get that man.
He's better than Mahomes.
Oh, I agree. Okay, fine. Okay, yeah. You see
Yeah.
the best quarterback in the NFL keeping his team in the game, doing everything he has to do.
Right.
So, but you're right. This team is beatable, even though they're undefeated. You're right.
They're beatable. They're very beatable. Yeah, man. So, let's pray that Debo isn't so bad. I feel really bad for Jeff Wilson Jr. because he came out and he balled. But it's the next man up. All of those people who've been hating on Tico, I bet y'all pray that Tico is healthy this week coming up.
I'm not gonna curse. I just want you to talk. Just keep talking.
I do.
I'll get the
Hey,
organ.
man.
Right? Hold on.
Hey.
Where's my organ at? Because I'm
Hey.
telling you.
Hey.
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, so this is how it happened, bro. There was a tweet. They said cut Tevin Coleman. 5 minutes later, Jeff Wilson Jr. goes down with an injury, and I retweeted and I said, "Do you want to cut him now? Do you want to cut him now?"
Well.
Earlier in the show, Breezy said we have running backs for days, but I'm sitting here looking around the room right now, and I'm like, all right, well, they're nursing something with McKinnon. Coleman ain't around. Mostert ain't around. Jeff Wilson Jr. went down. In all honesty, who's left? It's just two.
Yeah.
Now we got to bring this dude up to practice squad, right? Tony,
It's Hasty and
we got Hasty and McKinnon.
what's the guy's name on practice squad? I know Tony
But
and
the
Nick know.
word is that we're supposed to get Tico back this week coming up. So
Kyle said
that's
he
going to
wants
be
it.
huge. That's going to be huge.
That's why
What's
especially
the
on pass
dude's name on
protection.
practice squad? I think you got to bring him up anyway. What's the dude's name on practice squad? Well, I know that our GM knows. Tony knows.
I don't know. I know we cut Salvin Ahmed. Who else do we have? Like Josh Hokett? But
Nah,
he's
we
a
picked
fullback.
Walter.
Yeah, we
Who
picked
is
up
it?
some dude.
Walker.
Walter.
Walter, the dude's
Okay.
name. He's been on practice squad almost all year long. So
It doesn't matter what his name is. When he gets called up, he's just gonna come in and ball out because that's what we do. We just get players that just come in and do what they got
Guys,
to do.
I got a question for you that nobody's even brought up yet. Why was Robbie Gould doing kickoffs?
That's a good question. I didn't peep that. I wasn't paying-
I know why. Can I give my answer?
because Mitch
Yeah,
Will-
I'm asking all of you.
because Kyle Shanahan wanted them to return the ball.
Yes,
Opposed
sir.
to they get it kicked into the end zone.
Run the time out the clock. They were all short. You're talking about the ones that was landing at like the 10, 15-yard line, right?
No, but I'm saying in general, like even to start the game.
I'm saying that's why. Because he wanted them on the return, because he thought his specialty. This was a great look to get good looks at Jonathan Cyprien. You get what I'm saying?
He was all over the field.
He was all over the field. So now he's able to get some real good film. How is he down there gunning on the ball? He forced 2 fumbles. We just couldn't recover them.
Listen to how many points the Seahawks have allowed this year. 25, 30, 31, 23,
45, 47.
Let's go, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, listen to how outrageous those numbers are. And that's who we going against next week.
Yeah, it is.
We drop 50 on them boys, bro.
Yeah, we can. Hey, so this is a small caveat. All right. So on the episode of on my platform on Saturday, we
say
did
the name
episode,
of the platform. Don't do that. Don't do that. Say the name of
oh
your
yeah,
show.
bro. Niners all day on YouTube.
Go
like
over
everything.
there
Everything that I learned and a lot of the courage that I got to start my own platform was like coming on here. And there's another platform that I'm not gonna mention, but some people know who it is.
No, we not those people. You can say whoever you want to say.
So coming on here, Rombo, for probably the last 2 to 3 years, I learned a lot of stuff. I've inboxed
Shout out to Rombo.
Mike.
Shout out to Rombo.
I've inboxed everybody to get the best possible information I can, and they gave me the courage of being able to come on a platform like this to start my own platform, right? And I appreciate you guys so much. At the end of my episodes, I always say, man, on game days, if y'all want more Niners content, go to Nothing But Niners, because those guys, they're gonna be on for about 2 or 3 hours. They're gonna be on. So on the episode with Grant Cohn, there is
Arizona score.
No, Arizona fumbled the ball, or DeAndre Hopkins fumbled it, and then Seattle was about to score, and then they just picked it off and ran it back to the 8.
So okay. So Arizona,
So Arizona got the ball back.
We want Arizona to win this game, right?
No, we want them to keep their O so we can take it like they took ours at home last year. Let's go.
But here's why I think I want Arizona to win. Just real quick, it's because we're that much closer to being in first place. That's all. We have to start climbing these ranks, man. We're still in last. Here's the crazy: we're still in last place, guys. We have a winning record, and we're still in last place.
Yeah,
That's the division.
Is this the only division in the NFL that's like that, where every team has a winning record?
It'll change by Monday. Trust me, it'll change by Monday. Hey, so look, now my boy Jason Aponte, who's a co-host on the show, Grant Cohn. There's been talks around San Francisco that Kwasky.
Tony, know what you about to say.
The Kwasky Tarte was actually healthy enough to play.
He probably held him out, dog.
But they held him out of the game so they could keep him healthy to possibly trade him, right? Because we're definitely not going to be able to re-sign him and pay him next year. I think Kwasky's gone, guys. I think they might even talk about trading Jimmy Ward after today. Tavarius Moore is good. He's great.
Wait. Nah. All right. So let me pump the brakes here. I'll be the one to do it. I'm gonna take a step. I know this is the Overreaction show, and I'm with you in spirit, but I haven't had enough of this to get where you at yet, because we have to realize the teams that we're playing against are struggling offensively. Tony, don't leave me on this ledge by myself. Come on now. These teams that we're playing against are struggling offensively. Y'all got to admit that.
Not the Rams. The Rams have been putting up points, bro.
Rams don't do anything against
the only game that they didn't put up over 24 points was against the Giants. They scored 17 points.
Right, but the thing is with the Rams, they've only played NFC East teams, other than the Bills, I believe. Right? Was it the Bills?
Yeah,
that was the game. So those games, I can't count. I know that we lost to one of those teams. I understand that, right. But what I'm saying is those teams are so bad that you'd be hard pressed not to be. Go ahead, Nick.
Wait, before I use the bathroom, don't you do that? Because I said that shit last week, and you were like, "No, you can only play who's in front of you, and you can only do this, and it doesn't matter." So no, don't do that shit.
No. But what I'm not talking
held his bathroom to come back on the show to tell you that, bro.
Let me respond to that. Right, that goes to your win-loss record. You can only play who's in front of you, but how you perform can be evaluated against teams like that. That's what I'm saying. So when you struggle against a team like the Giants, and we go out there and blow out the Giants, that gives us more. We both got the win, but who beat them in a more formidable fashion is what I'm saying. So when you play against teams with bad defense, that's all I'm saying. That's what I'm not saying that they don't deserve those wins. I'm saying that you struggled against the team that we blew out. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Okay. Well, so saying, how good are the Rams really when they've only played the NFC East?
Right.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, how good are they really?
Right.
Yeah. I think that they're still a good team, bro. We just made them look like they were nothing. And I don't want to take any credit away from our defense. We've made some good offenses look like they are nothing. And I just want to get Tony. What's up, bro? I want to get your take on the Kwasky Tarte.
Right? Shit. Like, come on, Tony, talk.
Wait. What did he just do? Oh God, I'm sorry. God,
nope.
I'm watching the game here too.
What do you tell him, Fran? Fran, listen to me. What's up with the Fran thing? What was that? Oh, San Fran?
Yeah, Fran 49.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what are you asking Tony now?
I want to know how you feel about us trading Kwasky Tarte to the Ravens or to the Browns, who have safety problems right now, for a second-round pick.
Well, listen,
because that's the talks right now. We can get a mid-second or a high third, and that can put us in position to trade and get 2 first-round picks 2 years in a row, right? And we know that he's going to want at least the same amount of money that Jimmy Ward got, which is 3 years, $28 million, right? So do you cash out and you put Tavarius back there with Jimmy Ward, or do you keep Kwasky and Jimmy Ward and we just cut our losses? Because we're probably not going to be able to sign him, because I feel like Juice needs a new contract right now. Yeah. Like, we need to sign him right now.
That's going to be the big question. And I think we have to wait and see. It's tough to say wait and see, because the trade deadline's I think in next week.
10 days.
So
10 days.
What you have to ask yourself, can we afford to go forward and keep Kwasky Tarte, or could we unload him if we know he's out of our plans? You unload him now and you get what you get in return, and you not rebuild. I hate saying rebuild. You restock in the draft.
Restock.
I hate saying rebuild, because one thing that I caught, and we talked about this, Mike, is when they made the trade to get Willis from the Jets, they traded a pick in 2022 to get Willis plus another pick this year. So what that tells me is they have big plans for this draft to fill in this roster. Right. So I could honestly see something like that happen where they do decide to trade guys that are on the last year of their deals that they know simply that they just cannot afford to resign. Because face it, I read an article, I think it was from Lombardi or one of the guys, saying we only had after this trade like 80,000 in cap space.
I saw that. I think it was David Lombardi. You're right. I saw the same thing you saw. Yeah.
Now my question is, they're saying only 80,000 in cap space. We redid. Who did we just do? We did Tomlinson. We gained 1.45, and then we did. Who was the guy before that? D Ford, where we saved like 12 million or 10 million.
9.5 million.
Where the hell did that money go?
I can answer that.
That's because of the back and forth. I think with the practice squad to the roster, practice
contract, and then cutting them again and all that. You're losing a lot of money when you make moves like that, and the team just keeps doing it. Now, here's another option for you guys. You guys are talking either trade them or you don't trade them, and I'll give it back to Tony, and everyone else can respond to it. But your other option is to keep them and then put a tender on them, like you did with Matt Breida and Kendrick Bourne, because
can't put a tender on him.
He was a drafted player.
Yeah.
Oh, and he was a first rounder.
He was a second rounder. Not only that, he already he's an unrestricted free agent. So you either could
he's already had
franchise him or you could transition him, but you can't put the tender on it like we did with Kendrick Bourne and Breida because they were all restricted free agents.
Well, you can transition them though and still get them for a pick if somebody else wants them.
Right.
Correct.
And if Jaquashi is watching this, I love you, Jaquashi. I don't want to trade you, but we have to do what's best for the franchise. I've had interactions with Jaquashi. I've had conversations with him in my DMs, and I don't want you to take it personal. This is just what's been going around in the Santa Clara streets, and it's a part of the business. I love you, Jaquashi.
Listen to Monetize Dre. Listen.
I don't know if I can deal with Monetize Dre, man.
He different.
Hey, did K'Wan Williams lose a lot of money on his new next contract today? Because I think he did.
I don't know, man, because you got Baby Shark out there, bro. Look.
Taylor looked pretty good, man. I'm not going to front. But again, all right, so here's my reservation with it all. We have to play a good offense to see if it's true. That's my point.
Look how many weapons the Rams have. They have Higbee. They have Woods. They have Cooper Kupp. They're no slouch.
Go ahead, Tony.
Go ahead, Dre.
They're no slouch.
I kind of agree with Dre saying. I do. From a skill set, from a scheme, from scheme and skill set. I think they were a good offense, a good team to like level yourself against to see, okay, where are we right now? Where are we as a team? How do we rank up against these teams? You know, the Philly game, we should have beat them. The Dolphins, we should have beat them. And stuff like that. So, and the Jets and then the Giants. Arizona, I think we should have beat, but it is what it is. We didn't. So, what's up?
Can we play a team outside of the division before we say that? I know you guys are using the Rams as your barometer, but it's like we saw Buffalo struggle this week against a bad team. Like it was the Jets.
They did, bro. They scored 18 points, guys.
Right. Everybody knows the Bills are better than the Jets, right? Like, I mean, we're not going to argue that here.
I'm not sure I understand where you're coming from because
they're using the Rams as a barometer, and it's a division game. Anything can happen in a divisional game. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
so
you're saying
okay. Right. So I think we should look outside.
If you look at outside the division, we played the Jets and the Giants, and I know they're the Jets and the Giants, but we beat them.
Dominated.
Right. But what I'm saying is let's look outside of the division against a good offensive team. We haven't played a good offensive team outside of the division yet.
Hey, but bro, we got the Hawks, which is division, but then after that, we got the Packers and the Saints.
Right.
So we're gonna have some practice against some out of division.
Right.
NFC teams.
So that's what I'm saying. Can we we're not gonna get a chance to see it before the trade deadline though. So that's the crazy part. All right. So let's ask the panel then. What would you guys do, Tony? What's your final answer? Would you trade them now, or would you sit on them?
If I'm the general manager of the 49ers and I feel that we truly cannot afford him to the point where like we're gonna risk losing someone like a Juszczyk or it's going to prevent us from doing something with Trent Williams. I honestly think there is a possibility where we could make a deal and you could get a pick or two, however it's worked out in return.
Let's just say a third. Let's say a third from no matter who.
We'll get a third. We'll get a third in return. And like I said before, you're replenishing. You're adding to the roster. It's not a rebuild. And like I said with the Willis trade, when we traded a pick in 22 and got another one in 21 plus the player, so they're adding to their assets to be able to wheel and deal or truly just backfill this roster, because they know out of 26, I think there is free agents, that there's going to be some tough decisions that need to be made. And remember, it's a business. It's not like, and it's not a knock against anyone. I mean, if you're watching this, I like you. I think you're a great safety. But if we can't afford you and I can get something in return for you,
you have to.
You have to consider.
Strictly business, nothing personal.
So you would trade them too, then, Breezy?
Strictly business, nothing personal.
Nothing personal.
Nick, you on the same train?
I think it has a lot to do with, so like, if you don't think that, if you kind of know you should know your plan moving forward, right? Obviously, they know if they're going to be able to sign him or who they're going to bring back or who they're going to let go to save money. We're not even thinking about, there's guys that they can let go and save money. Richburg's, just to name one of them.
You want to say Alexander? I won't kill you for it. Go ahead and say Alexander.
I'm saying you can do Richburg, Alexander,
D Ford,
Coleman.
There's a ton of guys.
This is the last year on
Coleman's
contract.
A free agent.
He had a 2-year, $10 million. So this is last year.
Right. Yeah, he had 2 years. You're right. But there's guys that you can let go, and if you think Cyprian can fill in for whatchamacallit at a way lesser price, or you let those guys go and save money, and you feel Tarte is the best position for you, you can do it, right?
And Marcel Harris has been playing really well, bro. Whether it's on special teams or like he balled out today.
Yes. Wait, I got the stat line for Marcel Harris. Oh, I didn't put it in here. But Marcel Harris finished, I believe, with 6 tackles today, which I was going to bring that up later on in the show because I talked about last week how he was just flying around not doing anything. Today, it seems like he got the message. Slow down just a little bit. You're plenty fast. Slow down a little bit. Make sure you're lined up right, and then you drive. And he was doing that all night long. I was very proud of the young man.
Do we know how many tackles he missed, though?
That I don't know. I don't look up the missed tackles on these shows now when we do the game review.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, we have to factor that in. But he definitely was the second person. He was tied for 3 with the leading tackles. He had 6. So that was good.
The other thing with Tarte is, like I said earlier, I think this team is trying to compensate as many picks as they possibly can going into the draft next year.
John Lynch likes picks.
They want to accumulate as much as possible, yeah.
They said you heard both of them say we struggled last year with only having 4 to 5 picks or whatever we had because they like to work the board. They like to move up and down. They want to get their guys that they want, and you have to have firepower to do that. So Tarte is one of those guys that can compensate you back a pick, and you don't. Yes, you're going to lose a little bit on the field, but it depends on how big you're in. On the field with like a Cyprian or guys like that can fill in a Marcel Harris, to where you get next. You got to also think about it. Next year we get, even if D Ford's still here and God he's healthy, hope right, but you're getting a Nick Bosa back, you're getting a D Ford back, and you're getting those a Javon Kinlaw in his second year. You're getting that beast of a linebacker, so your secondary is not as important as it is right now because you have no pass rush. So do you compensate the pick, get the pick that you want, and then get something else for your team?
Right. But what about compensatory picks? I mean, so hear me out. What if we keep all those guys?
We get a fifth. We got a fifth for Broncos next year.
Right. Well, that's right. But what I'm talking about, like if we keep Tarte and he signs a big deal somewhere else, if Coleman signs a big deal somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? Like there are guys that we can get compensatory picks for if we let them walk in free agency this year also. You don't have to. Now, it hurts you in this upcoming draft, obviously, because it's not going to come right away. It's the following year. but it's still an option. Now, guys, I want to talk to Breezy and Nick real quick. I don't have my eyes on the comments, so if there's any paid contributions, I haven't seen.
I got
I'm
it.
only in the banner, so I'm just cycling through these things. So I hope you. Yeah, thank you. All right, so then cool. Now, do we want to get into the specifics of the game with this overreaction? Do we want to just like keep going the way we're going because we're just kind of freestyling right now? I mean, what?
Because let it be the freestyle show, baby. Because we gonna break this game down all week long.
I mean, look at this stat line that's going across the bottom of the screen right now, right? Brandon Ayuk. Now, I will say this:
he should have 7 receptions for like 145 yards.
Well, even if he should have had at least 6 for 130 and a touchdown. Kyle Shanahan said at the presser, if it was a better thrown ball, it would have been a touchdown. So even Shanahan had a little critique for Jimmy in front of the press tonight. Is Jimmy Garoppolo holding this team back? I mean, come on. Look, we did score on that drive, so I don't want to make it sound like. And I think Kyle Shanahan is okay with as long as we still scored and took more time off the clock. I think he prefers that.
I think that was dumb for Kyle Shanahan to come out there and say that. That's something you talked about. You talk about that with your team in practice, man. Your team made a positive play, and you come out there and say some dumb shit like that. Like I don't care about monetization. I think that was kind of whack on Kyle Shanahan. Shanahan standing. I'm not really cool with that because your quarterback who struggles throwing the ball deep, whether it's mentally or physically or whatever it is, he kind of gets this pass off. And yeah, we all realize that it was led to, Brenton Ayuk. He had to run up and catch the ball. It was kind of like overthrown. He had to run and go get it. But, I mean, hey, he caught the ball. It was a positive pass. Go there. Be the play caller that you are, Kyle Shanahan. Shut up. Call the play and get the touchdown. What the freak? Like, why are we complaining about a positive play? Like, I understand we can get better at that. But that's when you go back and practice and film and you say, listen, yo, if you threw a better ball, that was a touchdown opposed to whatever. But you don't sit there and air your dirty laundry out there on the air, man. That's kind of whack on Kyle. I'm gonna text that cat, yo, and send him a message, let him know that was whack.
I'm not Jimmy Garoppolo, nor am I Kyle Shanahan. But on that throw, the safety was coming across, and I think that's why he put it more towards the sideline for Brandon Ayuk instead of throwing it more inbounds to where the safety was coming over.
Bro, you sound better than Kyle right now, bro, because right now you don't say that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of messed up.
And see, Breezy's on what I was on early in the year, where I felt like players were throwing other players under the bus. This is similar to what I was saying. It's just coming from the head coach's time. You guys remember this? We had a long discussion.
Oh yeah, we did.
I know we disagreed on it's not throwing people under the bus, but it's very similar of a situation. It was a play that didn't work out to its full capacity, and then people were saying, well, it wasn't me. Or here's Kyle saying it was this guy in particular, right? So. This is what I'm talking about. It's not that he's saying Jimmy isn't good. I wasn't saying that Trent Williams isn't good. I was saying that I felt like Trent Williams was throwing people under the bus when he didn't have to do that. That's my entire takeaway. So Breezy, the way you feel right now about Kyle, how you gonna send him that text message, which it looks like you just did. This is how I felt about Williams in that moment. And see how I'm bringing it all the way.
But in Trent Williams' defense. He didn't throw anybody under the bus. No, but I get where you're coming from with it because I don't want to go into. We was in a dark space for a minute, so I'm gonna let that ride. But I felt like Nick said, they asked Trent a question about him and he answered it, whereas they asking Kyle about that was specific play and he answered it. But I just don't feel like you throw your leader under the bus, like. That's kind of messed up on Kyle's part, and he not responding to my text.
It was surprising to me only because usually on questions like that, Kyle Shanahan says, "I have to look at the tape," and he didn't say that tonight.
And here's the weirder part: they didn't even ask about Jimmy and his throw. They just asked about Brandon Ayuk getting worked into the offense. They didn't even say, "Oh, Jimmy's throw."
Right. He made a point. He made a point to
point that out.
Right, and. I got to bring this up. The difference between Jimmy Garoppolo and Trent Williams is Trent Williams is still rated the 5th best left tackle in the NFL right now.
Yeah, but that's BS. I mean, come on. Unless these other tackles are playing really, really bad, but Trent Williams is getting a lot of credit off his name.
I think
he's not, Mike.
I disagree with that too, Mike. I think what you're not factoring in is the whole offensive line at play and the way that this team has to play in order for all the pieces to work. And if you just take Trent Williams, you put him at left tackle, he's still rated that high. But the way in this offense, it's a communication thing. So if he's not doing something or somebody's not doing something where they're supposed to be at a specific point of time, it reflects on him. And that's why I think he came out and said what he said. Like,
all right. But
Garland was trash at calling out the offensive blocking scheme, bro. Let's just keep it 100.
Mike's all right.
Let's just be 100. Garland was trash at calling out the offensive scheme, bro. And how does that make you feel? Like if somebody calls out a certain blocking scheme and you do that and you give up a sack because of it, oh yeah, I'm gonna feel salty, bro.
Let me ask this question, and I'm gonna try to take my bias out of it. I'm not gonna answer it. I'm gonna ask Tony, and then y'all can answer it also, right? See, this is me trying to get Tony involved because I see his armpits right now. Here's my question to you guys. Tony first, though. If you had to guess which offensive lineman has the most penalties, which one would you say it is?
McGlinchey.
No, for him to ask that question is Trent Williams.
It's already Trent Williams.
We know the answer,
Trent Williams.
but I'm going to say what Mike doesn't want me to say. You get what I'm saying? But I in Trent's defense, first year in this system, first year in this offense in this system, and you got veterans who still playing like trash.
And ain't played in 2 years. The man had cancer.
Right.
Man, had cancer.
Those aren't excuses. I'm just saying. Okay, Mike, you watched the Precious tonight, right? What did you hear those guys say? Not just Trent. What did you hear the other guys say? Defensive players. Oh, we in sync right now. Oh, our mindset is finally starting to come around. Those guys just needed time to gel, bro. You had new pieces. Somebody talked about Trent Williams being a new piece to the offense. I don't know if it was Jimmy or it was somebody on the offense. I can't remember. I took notes, but I'm not looking at them. But somebody said, yo, we got a bunch of new pieces, and it just George Kittle. It was George Kittle, I think. And it's taking time for those pieces to just kind of like mesh and gel together. And now you're starting to see the communication. No, Mike, I'm just gonna throw my shit at you.
Wait. Let me tell you why I'm saying no. Because the quote you're talking about, Kittle didn't say new pieces. He said young guys.
No, he said new pieces because he mentioned Trent Williams' name. Somebody mentioned Trent Williams' name.
Okay, all right. So maybe I'm thinking about a different quote then. I remember George talking about young guys having to step up, and we got all these young guys
because of the injuries. Because of the injuries.
Right. So maybe I'm thinking about a different quote. So then you're probably right. Then I take it back. My apologies. Go ahead.
I'm good. I just think that this not the bash Trent Williams show or whatever. And this not sticking up for Trent. I just feel like the reason why he's still rated as high as a left tackle is if you put him on a team that plays without all this miscommunication or whatever like that, and he has to go out there and solely just do his job. I think he gets it done. I just think on this offense, it starts at the center, Mike. You know it because you watch Joe Staley struggle, bro. And you could blame it on his age. You could blame it on his injuries. You could put it on whatever. But as great as he was, he still struggled. And it had to do with not Garland, but Richburg just not being here. It had to do with miscommunication. The key ingredient to this offensive line, it starts at the center.
It does. It does.
Nick,
and that's why Tony was fighting for this Grassu dude all offseason when he found out he became available.
Tony been saying he's been the only pure center on this. Everybody else is a multiple position player.
It's not just that he was a pure center, Mike. It was that he was a pure center that runs the zone scheme. Factor that in, baby. That's the whole point.
Look, we ain't got to speak for Tony. Tony's sitting right there.
Oh, yeah.
Tony,
My bad,
why were you so high on Grassu?
Because he had experience playing in his own system, and he is a true center. The problem what they were trying to do is put what's his name? Run skill at center, and that was a nightmare because he couldn't snap the ball in the shotgun. Garland, I think, is good, but I mean he's kind of limited as far as with the injury. I know he probably messed up on a couple calls for the protections in the blocking scheme, but you got to remember this guy took this team at.
He messed up on 12 calls that resulted in 8 sacks over 2 games, Tony.
That's
unacceptable.
PFF. Say
it. Garland messed up on 12 offensive line calls that resulted in 8 sacks.
According to
in 2 games.
PFF. Right?
Yeah, but you could watch the game film from the Eagles and the Dolphins, and you can clearly see, bro.
He don't see it like that, bro.
It's like you could clearly see it. Like guys would automatically look over and look at him and throw their hands up, like, "What's up, bro?" Like,
and I remember the one clearly is when Trent Williams.
Yep.
He went like this.
Yeah.
You can't see my hands because I got alligator arms.
Nick Mullins' launch point was exactly where Trent Williams was.
See?
Yep.
But that's you got to remember something, guys. This guy took us all the way to the Super Bowl playing center when Richburg went down.
Talk your shit, Tony. And that's why I can't kill him for it.
But
yes, you can. Because how much did we struggle at some point in the Super Bowl?
Hey, but also we have to remember.
Wait. Hold on. We
cut off the playoffs. We didn't pass the ball much.
Well, that's true.
Right.
That's
you know what I'm saying. So.
Yeah. But the
Garland is
Super Bowl
very good at run blocking, just like McGlinchey. Awesome.
The Super Bowl, what killed us was Person, hands down. He got manhandled by Jones.
It was the guards.
I still think he had the best freaking photo op I've ever seen in my life from that
the Redskins game.
Yes, sir, bro.
Yes,
that's the best photo op.
And they fined him for that picture. Do you know that?
What you mean?
Wait, he got fined for it?
He got fined for that.
How you get fined for a photo?
I don't know, bro. Look, I swear, look it up. He got fined for that.
Hey guys, listen. If you want to know about people getting fined, make sure you guys check out the Niners All Day Show because I don't know nothing.
That's different.
In my life heard about nobody getting fined for no freaking
photo.
That's
I swear for God,
that photo occurred when he was on the sideline. He didn't even have a helmet on. So how you get fined for something?
Hey,
like that?
bro, I have no idea, but I'm telling you, Nick, he got fined for that.
Nick, I want you to read this comment and then tell me. I got the ticker going across the bottom. Is Fred Warner the best linebacker in football?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, why are we asking? Why are you asking us?
I want you to read the comment, and then I want to get this off the ticker. But we're not going to just bypass this one on the ticker.
Oh, let's get
Fred
to this.
Warner.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
So Mark says Jimmy's holding this team back. Kyle's tired of putting the training wheels on Jimmy's running game, screens and slants. He's tired of it. I don't know about that. That.
In your bag, Nick. Come on. Well, I'll back you up on this, baby.
Going like
oh my God.
The type of receivers that he wants here are physical guys. Right? That's why we don't have a Julio Jones or a guy that, goes downfield and, is going to be that contested catch guy or whatever type guys because he likes the physicality of receivers.
Shut up, babe.
I want to hear their system. If Jimmy was holding them back, like if you're thinking because Jimmy can't throw downfield or things like that, give me an offense other than Atlanta a few times with Julio Jones where Kyle Shanahan's offense has really thrown the ball deep.
Washington.
Because he was
Houston with Matt Schaub, hands down.
I'm gonna disagree with both of those because both those teams had really good tight end, and those tight end routes weren't all down the field. When in Washington, he was killing it with Jordan Reed.
Mike, what are you talking about? He had Deshaun Jackson and friggin' Pierre Garçon.
I understand that, and Pierre Garçon wasn't the one going deep. It was occasionally going to Deshaun Jackson. Listen, we can talk about a handful of plays.
It's not about. It's not
That's not what the offense is predicated on, though.
Let me ask you this. Go ahead, Wayne. Go ahead.
Not now, Mike. But imagine if you had a weapon like Deshaun Jackson or any wide receiver that can just take the top off the defense, and you still work. We
had that.
No, we had. When did we have that? What, Marquise Goodwin?
Yes.
I'm not. You can't compare Marquise Goodwin with mother freaking Deshaun.
Why can't I?
They're different.
No, Mike, don't do it. Don't. I love you, bro. Do not compare Marquise Goodwin to. No.
Listen. He's not comparing them as in talent, but he's comparing them as a guy that stretches the field. Hold on.
If you got a guy that could just run down the field,
if you got Marquise Goodwin, that year he had almost 1,000 yards as a receiver on this team, and people were respecting him for the long ball because that's what he was doing.
Hey,
And
bro,
the reason
I feel
Marquise
like
Goodwin was
Smokey on Friday. I don't give a fuck. I don't.
You might as well go ahead and get that. You might as well go ahead and get that picture.
D-Jack has 10,000 yards receiving with only 6 years healthy.
Listen,
in some of those years, he had a season
looking,
where he had 1,400 yards receiving and he only played 12 games.
Here's the mistake that you're making, Dre. Listen, Dre, because you made this mistake before when I was banging the table for Mostert to get more carries. You kept saying, remember when I was saying that Mostert's the most talented? He's a perfect fit for this system.
All I said was he's not a number one running back. And we're seeing that right now. He can't carry the ball 20 times a game because he's going to get injured. That's all I said.
You got to listen to what I'm saying. Your stance was, Mike, look at the stats that all these other running backs that Shanahan has had, right? And you kept pulling up career stats. I said that don't matter because they weren't always with Shanahan. What you have to look at is what those guys do in Shanahan's system. And in Shanahan's system, there was not a single running back as effective as Raheem Mostert. That was my stance then. And so that plays to what I'm saying about Marquise Goodwin and comparing it to Deshaun Jackson. Because the reason Marquise Goodwin, to what Nick's point was, almost had 1,000 yards was because people respected his deep speed so much, they were giving him mad cushion. So Shanahan said, fine, you want to play him off 10 yards, we're going to get – listen, how many times did Marquise Goodwin actually go deep and receive deep yards? It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot at all.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
Once. The Giants game.
Exactly.
Once.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm trying to say is if Kyle wanted that deep ball guy and we think Jimmy's holding his team back, he would go get that deep ball guy. But he doesn't want that. What kind of guys are he drafting? He wants physical receivers. He wants physical in the run game to be able to do end arounds and reverses and things like that. What receiver?
Here comes Tone.
Wait a second. Timeout. I'm
with Nick on this. Me and Nick about to tear our asses up on this.
I will pull up the draft show, and when they picked Ayuk, every one of us on this panel said Ayuk is the new deep threat.
No.
Yes.
No. No. I didn't. I know I didn't. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I know I didn't.
Come on, man. Don't do that, Mike.
What is Ayuk's main thing? Yards after catch.
Yes.
Physicality.
Thank you.
Not at Arizona State. He was a deep threat.
He was the deep threat.
Hold on. I live in the West Coast. Hold on, Mike. I live in the West Coast, bro. I have Pac-12 sports. I have the Pac-12 sports package. I watch all of the Pac-12 teams. I'm a Pac-12 guy. Brandon Ayuk was a deep threat at Arizona, bro.
Y'all are tripping. Mike. He was a slant guy, bro. He was a slant.
No, he was not, Mike.
Oh
did you see the University of Oregon game?
I guess Mike never seen those deep one-handed spectacular catches that Brandon Ayuk made, which was almost OBJ-esque. This guy was a deep threat. He did it all there.
The University of Oregon game. All right, so for anybody out there who doesn't think he's a deep threat, go watch the Arizona State University of Oregon game, the UCLA game. The Cincinnati game. There's so many. He's a deep threat, bro. He has.
Let me ask you this. Who's more of a deep threat, CeeDee Lamb or Brandon Ayuk?
Let's throw another name in there. Let's throw another name in there. Henry Ruggs. Let's throw another name in there. Henry Ruggs. Who's more of a deep threat out of those three?
But Ruggs runs a 4.2. That's unfair.
Answer the question.
Ruggs. That's who I wanted.
And Shanahan passed on him. He passed on him.
It could be. Wait.
Nah, he didn't pass on him. Ruggs was selected 12.
Yeah. And it could be.
And we had 14.
That was
traded back. Right.
Come on, bro.
But here's the thing. There's other reasons why coaches pass on wide receivers. It could be personality. It could be smarts. It could be they just dumb as fuck. There's a whole bunch of reasons why coaches pass. My point is, those guys, I felt like he can get all of that and Brandon Ayuk as well as the physicality part, which is what you're talking about. He gets the deep threat as well as the slants and can take him to the house.
The reason why Ayuk was drafted, he's the most well-rounded wide receiver in this draft. He can go deep, he can come across the middle, he can take a reverse, he can take a jet sweep. And the reason why he's so dangerous on slant is because of his speed and his ability to run in open space.
Now take away today. How many times have you seen Brandon Ayuk run a deep route?
Twice.
Thank you. So here we are,
Now,
7
what's
weeks
the
in.
reason
And both
for
of
it?
them were today.
What's the reason?
What
There's
do you
got to
mean,
be a
what's-
reason.
Because that's not how Shanahan planned to use him. That's why.
Hey,
Shanahan
But we
doesn't
don't
run deep
know
routes
that
like
yet, Mike, because we're starting to see. Wait, Mike, hold on, Mike, stop getting upset. We're starting.
I'm
to,
not. No. I'm not upset.
We're starting to see Shanahan unleash layer by layer every week. We're starting to see something deep. We saw Brandon Ayuk run a deep threat last week, and we said, "Oh snap!" Right? But it was in double coverage, remember? And Jimmy just threw the ball somewhere nowhere near him, right? This time he threw the ball near him, and Brandon Ayuk just says, it's overthrown. I'm not going to contest it. I'm not going to try to make a play.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Tony, you all right over there, bro?
Did Tony fall?
A fly
Oh,
just flew in front of my face. I went to swat it, and I hit the
Dang,
wall.
I thought you fell on your head.
No.
Oh, I forgot to put my banner up. I had a special banner for victory shots. Damn it, man.
Yeah.
I had that and this one. I didn't know which one y'all would have liked more. I was going to ask y'all which one y'all want. I forgot.
At least they in here now, so now we know.
Yeah, no, they're not going nowhere. I'm sorry.
But my point in that is that I think we're starting to see that he wants Brandon Ayuk to evolve into that threat. Because if he can evolve in that threat, listen, the middle of the field will be open. If you run the ball effectively as we're running it, that middle, your Kittles, your slant guys, hell, you could probably put Trent Taylor back in the game, and he could take a 6-yard pass and go 25 yards.
Taylor needs to retire.
I understand. I'm just saying the middle of the field will be open for anybody. Hell, Dante
Don't boot him,
Pettis
Nick.
can catch
Don't
a
boot him,
slant.
Nick.
Hey, what Nick say? He's dookie.
Don't boot him, Nick.
Dookie.
Hold on.
Don't boot him, Nick.
Hold on. This is my question to you guys. Why do we think Kyle Shanahan's system right now with the 49ers, forget about anything else, is a deep threat, throw the ball down the field offense? Kyle Shanahan, hold on. Let me finish talking. Kyle Shanahan loves to control the clock, run the ball 38 times a game, beat you with physicality and pre-snap motions. That's what he does. He's not a deep ball. He doesn't need a quarterback to throw the ball down the field. If he did, he would go get a receiver that fits his system.
Or he'll go get a quarterback that can throw it down the field.
He drafts guys. He drafts guys that he wants to utilize in the system that he's in right now, and that's controlling the clock, running the football a ton of times, no matter how it is. You hear him all the time. I want to run the football 37 times.
And 2 weeks in a row, we did just that. 37 exactly.
I have to agree. I've only seen Kyle Shanahan have deep threats.
Win that game.
I've only seen Kyle Shanahan have deep threats 3 years out of his coaching career, and that's 2 years with Washington Redskins, and he had Dante Stallworth, he had D-Jack, and he had Jordan Reed, and that's 1 year with Josh Gordon. Exactly, right. Bro. 1 year with Josh Gordon. Otherwise, he wants to control the clock.
Because when we traded for Jimmy Garoppolo 2 years ago on Halloween, 3 years ago, I'm sorry, right? And what happened was they saw how phenomenal he was in the intermediate route, which is 10 to 15 yards. It goes exactly to Sean's comment right here. And they said, you know what? He's doing exactly what we want him to do, right? You get into a 3rd and long, and 3rd and long, by the way, is 3rd and 6 or longer. And Jimmy Garoppolo was shredding teams in those long downs, those long third down, 3rd and long situations. That's
we
what
did it today. We did it today.
Right? Yes,
we had 3 straight 3rd and 12. We had 2 straight 3rd and 12s and 1 3rd and 15 on the same drive, and Jimmy Garoppolo got it done.
Talk your shit. But that's my point. And he didn't get it done by throwing 40, 30 yards every time.
No, you're right. But the thing was, I didn't say that this was a deep threat we needed to be a deep threat offense. That's not what ever came out of my mouth.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying the question was that Jimmy's holding his team back. I don't think he's holding his team back.
I totally forgot about the question, bro. All right. Okay. My point is having that as an option. You know, Kyle Shanahan having multiple options is the scary part. If he ended up having an option where he can get that ball to where Jimmy can't throw it down the field on a 50-50 ball, man, listen, the defense is going to be like, oh, snap. They don't want to get beat. Right.
Hey, let's just keep it 100. All right, let's go all the way around. I'm not a host of the show, but this is an important question, bro. Is this Jimmy Garoppolo's last year? Because I've seen Kyle Shanahan be very frustrated in games to where it looks like he wants to open up the playbook so freaking much, but he cannot because of the inconsistency of Jimmy to play catch, and throw. That's it. I've seen it. I have went to bat for Jimmy Garoppolo so much to where it's made me look bad sometimes on my platform, right? It has, bro. It has. And I finally let it go about 2 weeks ago. Now we have to be 100.
So let's answer the
Jimmy
question.
Garoppolo's last year with the 49ers. Do we go in a different direction?
Let's answer the question. Is this his last year? I'm going to say no for multiple reasons, and I'll try to explain them to you. One, the quarterbacks in free agency that are going to be better are going to be out of our price range. That's number one. Number two, the quarterbacks coming out in the draft, we're already out of that. We're not getting a top 10 pick. It's not going to happen. We're not getting a top 10 pick. If Shanahan desperately wanted one of those guys, he would have said, all right, you know what? We need to go in a different direction. And he would start putting together a plan to acquire one of these guys, whether it be through free agency or whether it be through the draft. And we are in position to do neither. So, no, I don't think this is Jimmy Garoppolo's final year as a 49er quarterback. I'll shut up and let somebody else answer.
I don't think it's his final year at quarterback because I still think that Kyle Shanahan is still learning his quarterback. Like, he's still learning Jimmy, and he's still trying to build these specific pieces around him. And I think the reason why they gave him the type of contract that they gave him, a lot of people might say, oh, yeah, he has an out, he has this, he has that. But we all know in a shootout game against one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game, Jimmy can get it done. What the more do we need to see? Right? Exactly. I know he struggles, though, Dre, and weak-ass games. I get it, and it's frustrating, but you got to factor in them stupid injuries, and you got to factor that in. And all I'm saying is I think that Kyle is not done with Jimmy yet. I think he finishes out his contract here, and he might even end up with an extension because Jimmy is going to continue to grow with these pieces.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead, Nick.
I'm going to say no. And the reason I'm going to say no is because Kyle Shanahan went on an interview the other day and somebody asked about Jimmy Garoppolo's and inconsistencies and things like that. And his response was, when we traded for Jimmy, I had him for a small portion of games. Then he came back and we were excited for him to come back. He tore his ACL. He wasn't here. I've only had Jimmy for 1 full year.
And we got to the Super Bowl.
Right. So Jimmy Garoppolo, while he may get frustrated with Jimmy at times, you also look at his record without Jimmy Garoppolo. And then you look at the record of what Jimmy's done in this league, and Jimmy only has room to go up and learn this offense even more by being with Kyle. He's only had 1 full year in this system, and we went to a damn Super Bowl.
29-5. I can't dispute that, bro. 29-5.
And take away Jimmy's wins. Wait, first of all, Kyle Shanahan has a losing record anyway. But take away Jimmy's wins, it's a losing record. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really bad.
So, right. Tony, what are your thoughts? Is this Garoppolo's last year? And Tony comes from he brings in like finances and all that shit. I can't wait to hear Tony's answer because I know it's going to be something different.
You have to look at it in multiple ways, like multiple different ways to look at this. Okay. Number one, how strapped we are for money. Mm-hmm. They had a golden opportunity to rip this contract up and redo it and give us a ton of money this year and next year, but they did not. The reason why they did not is because then if they do that, they void the opt-outs. So by them not doing it still makes me think that there is a thought in their head. Okay. I do think he finishes the year. I do think he returns next year. I do think they draft somebody next year.
And that's why they want more picks in this draft. Yep.
Exactly.
Wait. You're saying you think they draft the quarterback?
Absolutely.
Yes, I do.
Or they might go find your guy.
They haven't drafted a quarterback since CJ Beathard, their first year.
Yeah, I do think they add somebody. I do think they're going to bring somebody in because, I mean, listen, I like Jimmy. It's not a knock against him. But if you take a look at Kyle's offense when he was in Houston, Kyle's offense when he was in Washington, Kyle's offense when he was in Cleveland, and Kyle's offense when he was in Atlanta, this offense looks nothing like any of those four.
Exactly.
No, I'm telling you right now. So what that tells me is Kyle checked himself and said, I can't run my system with Jimmy.
Right.
So what he did is he went out and surrounded Jimmy with players that could fit Jimmy's skill set.
Yeah, but you don't think that on those teams he didn't have players to fit those quarterback skill sets? You think that Julio Jones didn't make Matt Ryan look amazing?
Kyle had players who fit his system, not players who cater to the quarterback, bro.
Exactly.
Period.
So now he had to alter his offense to the way Jimmy plays to Jimmy's strengths.
Let me ask you
he
this:
surrounded Jimmy with players that fit his strengths.
Hey, let me give my synopsis on this real quick, please.
Wait. Before you do that, let me ask this question because it's on par with what we're talking about. What's easier to do? What's easier to do? Draft a bunch of running backs and wide receivers, or to draft a quarterback?
You already know the answer to that.
Yeah,
running backs and quarterbacks.
Correct.
I mean, running backs and receivers.
Running backs and receivers are easier to draft, but
yeah.
If you look, all right, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. Kyle's first year here, right? He took shots down the field. Don't tell me he didn't, because he did. I know for a fact he did. I'm not saying Kyle's offense is the Air Coryell vertical all day, every day, all day, every play. Sorry, it's not. But Kyle's offense is predicated on the run to set up the play action to set up the deep shot. That's the way he is. And the perfect example, his perfect offense, it wasn't as good, but his perfect system that he ran almost as close as to his dad's was with the Houston Texans, where he had Foster in the backfield, and then he had his guy, Johnson.
Yep.
But Johnson wasn't a deep threat, though.
But Johnson still went down the field, Mike.
Just throw it up and let him go get it. That was the type of receiver Johnson was.
That's the difference.
Before he got injured, he was one of the best in the league, Mike.
We talking about Andre Johnson?
Yes. Before he got injured, he was one of those guys, man.
That's the difference that I'm trying to say here. This offense isn't truly Kyle's offense. He made an offense for Jimmy. He took what he does best and altered it. How many times do you see Kyle Shanahan in the shotgun in Atlanta, in Chicago, in Atlanta, Cleveland, Washington? Like, he would run it. I mean, a perfect example is when Washington, he had a run-first quarterback, RG3. So what did he do? He ran the pistol and he ran the read action, the zone read. He predicated that offense to his strength.
But he didn't even want RG3. He wanted, come on, man.
We all know that. We all know Snyder wanted RG3. We know that. We know that.
Kirk.
And you know, Mike, you know why the Shanahans left, right? Because RG3. They wanted to play Kirk Cousins.
You think Kirk Cousins is a better deep thrower than Jimmy Garoppolo?
No, I'm talking about the Washington situation, Mike. I'm not talking about Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'm comparing the quarterbacks that he wanted. That's the guy that he
I think Kirk Cousins is a better deep thrower.
No.
Deep, I would say yes. Intermediate.
I think he's a better deep thrower.
I would say Jimmy.
And the reason why here's the reason why I say he's a better deep thrower.
He's better at getting paid.
I mean, that's his agent, so factor that in there. But he gets the ball down the field, and I think it's based off of the type of weapons that we talk about, man. Like he had, like in his systems, he has guys that just run down the field and can make plays. So they helped him look better. They help Kirk Cousins look better. Thielen and Diggs, those guys made Kirk Cousins look amazing, even though we all knew he was trash. He knew he was trash. But then they'll go out there and have these great, amazing games, and you're like, dang, did you see Kirk Cousins with that throw? Now, like Tony said, on those intermediate routes, he struggles. He struggles on getting the ball across the field or whatever. But he had two wide outs that can go down the field, stretch the field. Jimmy doesn't have that type of benefit because, and this is why maybe Jimmy struggles throwing deep. We don't throw it deep. We don't do it consistently. It's not in the game plan because, like Nick said earlier, Kyle is going to try to control the clock. He's going to try to run it down your throat. He's going to do this. He's going to do that, and occasionally take a shot down the field. I get it. Here's my question. So everybody want to ask questions and shit. Here's my question.
Why did I still answer the last one?
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. I'll try to
All right. So when you look at Jimmy Garoppolo's contract, it was a $127 million contract, right? Do you know how much is guaranteed? $48 million, right? Jimmy, I think, has made, I think he's made like 52 so far of that. And after this year, we could opt out and owe him $2 million. And
that's why they didn't
so much
touch
money.
his contract.
Yeah. So that's $54 million out of $127 million. That's 54. That's another $54 million. He's been in a contract for 3 years. There's only 2 years left. So if you spread out the 54 over 2 years, that's $27 million added to the cap, bro.
We overreacted tonight.
No. I'm just bringing this into perspective, right? So there's a quarterback named Trey Lance from South Dakota. Extremely talented. He does things that Jimmy Garoppolo can't do. He can make plays outside of the pocket on the fly. And this is the direction that I feel that Kyle Shanahan needs to go, because all of that pocket quarterbacks is over with.
It's dead.
The top 5 quarterbacks in the league right now, they can make plays outside of the pocket. And that's something that Jimmy cannot do ever since his knee injury. I feel like we need to go in a different direction in order for our offense to evolve into what Kyle Shanahan wants. I'm tired of seeing guys being wide open and throws being missed, and Kyle Shanahan standing on the sideline with his hands raised up in the air like, what the is going on? I have seen so many times where Kyle Shanahan is extremely frustrated because he cannot run the offense that he wants to run. He's tired of catering to his quarterback's needs. He's tired of it, bro. I love Jimmy G, but I tell you what, I think we keep him for another year. But if there's a chance to trade up into the first round and get 2 picks and get Trey Lance, that's the move that I would make. Just for me. Because we're not getting Justin Fields. Trevor Lawrence is not coming out. He does not want to go to a sorry team. So he's going to go back to Clemson. Guaranteed.
Another year?
That's what he's saying. He does not want to go to a trash team, bro. He does not want to go to he doesn't want to do it. So he's going to go back to Clemson and win another national championship. So if there's a chance,
Trevor Lawrence is an idiot.
Yeah, if there's a chance,
that means that Trevor Lawrence is an idiot because only trash teams pick him in the top 5. So
hey, man, that's what's being floated.
He should change agents if they're letting him think that I'll go back to school for another year and I won't be on a bad team. Then
I have a cousin who lives in Georgia who lives in Georgia but is a Clemson fan, and this is not his agent. This is Trevor Lawrence himself saying, like, I refuse to go to the team that I'm possibly going to get drafted by, and we all know that that's the Jets.
I think a lot of it has to do with the organization in general, not just because of the team, but because of front office, the coaches, how they put players in position to win, and things like that. Like, look, you could take Houston Texans, right? For example, let's say they pick in the top and they decide to dump the contract of Deshaun Watson and get rid of him, right? Because of firing of Bill O'Brien, and they bring in somebody who wants to build a system around their type of quarterback. That organization is better up at the top than the New York Jets are. And they're going to build a team around somebody. So I think that's where he's kind of going with it, as in, not I'm going to play for a trash team, because obviously all of them are trash teams that are picking at the top. But the Niners have been picking at the top, but they weren't a trash team. Their organization was just getting the team in the right direction. So that's where I think Trevor Lawrence is saying, like, I'm not going to go to the New York Jets because of the fact that their organization from top to bottom is garbage.
Trash. Anytime you have somebody like Le'Veon Bell, and you put up a fire sale, and then you just drafted Quinnen Williams 2 years ago, and he's on the trade block, and then you have C.J. Mosley, who they gave $57 million, and he's played 3 games. He's obviously telling them, like, this team is trash and I'm not playing, and y'all still got to pay me because y'all guaranteed me $36 million, so I don't care. That's bad. It doesn't look good. I wouldn't want to go to the Jets either. I wouldn't, bro. It is what it is.
How long are we going to ignore the question on the screen?
Well, we just got to do it.
CJ throws better deep balls than we seen what CJ could do, so I don't even want to talk about him.
Yeah, because
but this is a legitimate question. So Logan says CJ throws better deep balls than Jimmy. How many games have we won with him?
3, 2.
Right.
I think 3.
Right. So if this offense is being held back because of the deep ball, why weren't we winning more games when CJ was in there?
All right, guys, let's go back and redo this question, guys. No, this offense is not being held back because we can't throw the ball deep. I will tell you this, though. We didn't win the Super Bowl because we couldn't throw the ball deep. And there's games that we haven't won because we can't throw the ball deep.
But see,
but so having the option to throw the ball deep, and it could mean a lot of things, right? It could mean that we just don't consistently do it or do it often enough to where Jimmy just don't have timing with his wide receivers. It's simple. It doesn't mean that we don't have the pieces or this or Jimmy can't get the throw down the field or whatever. It's just that it's always going to be inaccurate because it's not what we do in this offense. It's like you want me to throw it short, and then take this one long deep throw and expect it to be accurate. Like, come on, like that doesn't even make sense. Now it's possible it can happen, but there's a bigger possibility that it won't happen. And you go back to short again, right? Because that's how your offense is built. All I'm saying is having the option with weapon and a quarterback to get that ball down there. That's a good option because you're stretching the defense, right? You're stretching it out just a little bit. Even missing, like today, I said I'm okay with Jimmy with that throw. I was cool with that interception, the second one. Why? Because he threw the ball deep, and now they might be looking for that. Oh, Jimmy throwing deep on us? Shoot, let's go ahead and play. Right? He might do this all game all of a sudden if you feel like he could get a better throw on the deep pass. So I think having the option is where I'm really coming from. Having a better option, not just an option, but having the best option to throw the ball deep. I think that's something Jimmy wants to do. He wants to do it, and Kyle wants him to do it. It's just not consistent or effective enough.
All right, now we have this question I thought was very important because I thought, maybe I was wrong, I thought this is how the whole conversation started. Shanahan is tired of not being able to throw deep consistently, and that's why we think he's over Jimmy Garoppolo. I thought that's how this whole conversation started. But Breezy, based off of what you just said, no, Shanahan's not tired of being able to throw the ball deep. So that's why I said, how long are you going to ignore this question? Because I feel like that negates everything we just said.
Because we see him do it. But it's just that it's not a consistent thing. Like, how many times you want to throw deep a game? Once the team start figuring out you're throwing deep all game, what they going to do? They'll play you deep.
I mean,
so Shanahan's only throwing the ball deep 5-6 times a game.
Right, but he not hitting. Well,
exactly.
What's the percentage? Like, we got to look at those percentages. Like, if you get go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, Breezy. I'm sorry, bro.
Because I want to hear what you got to say.
I feel like we have 3 deep threat pass catchers. I feel like Debo is a deep threat because we've seen it consistently last year against some of the best defenses in the league. I feel like Ayuk is a deep threat. He had a core injury in the combine, and he still ran a 4.5. But all of his coaches and everybody else says that guy has 4.3 speed, and we have seen it.
Sure, yeah,
yeah. And I feel like George Kittle is still a deep threat, bro. We've seen it his whole career, right? So, I don't want to bash on Jimmy, right? Like, because that's our franchise quarterback right now. But he does handicap the offense a little bit, and we can't deny that. Like, if you're making $27 million a year, we have to call it straight across the board.
Can I ask this question then? Let's ask it a different way. Let me try to do it this way then. Can we agree? Maybe we can't, but can we agree that if you're dependent on the deep ball success, you don't have a good offense?
You don't have a well-balanced offense.
Okay. Now, Shanahan, Mike, and Kyle, what are their offenses predicated off of?
Play, action, pass, run.
And the run game, right? So that means you have to have a well-balanced team. Am I right or wrong? Tell me I'm wrong.
A well-balanced team is your play action. You could run play action, and you should have the ability, if you need to, not consistently, but hit on a deep ball. Because if you have no ability to hit on a deep ball, your safeties are just going to keep walking up and walking up and walking up. And that's when you're going to have an issue. They're going to force Jimmy to throw deep. Now, that last play going into the half where he threw that ball, Ayuk was behind those guys. Jimmy underthrew that ball. Okay? Now, if Ayuk isn't a deep threat, you drafted a guy with an 80-plus wingspan who high points a ball like probably the best wide receiver coming out in the draft. Mm-hmm. And if that ball was a little bit ahead, that was a touchdown.
touchdown.
Hands down, that was a touchdown. And he wouldn't even have to high point that ball.
The throw was definitely underthrown, and I don't think Ayuk could even get into position. I think more so Ayuk should have did was try to knock the ball down and not allow the defender to intercept it.
No, I understand that, but that's where I'm coming in saying that the issue isn't Ayuk. The issue is the throw.
Right. And
that's the problem.
That's the thing. Like, we've seen Jimmy throw the deep ball. We can go to the Super Bowl. Emmanuel, that ball was a perfectly thrown deep ball. It's just Emmanuel Sanders didn't have the speed to get to it.
Or it was just overthrown.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So
Sanders didn't have the speed.
Which is what I agree, but I'm trying to tell you that people would say it's overthrown, right? Because he didn't have.
That's going to be the narrative. That's going to be the narrative. But Tony, great point, because we're about to play a team next week who has had a healthy Jamal Adams for the last 2 weeks. I know this. My father-in-law is a diehard Seahawks fan. He lives in Washington. I'm in the Northwest.
Like their family, like what is
he's he's been healthy for 2 weeks. They've specifically been saving him for this game against us. I guarantee you, he's going to go from out to questionable on Thursday to healthy on Saturday, guaranteed, right? And they're going to play him in the box. So we have to be able to deliver balls deep against Seattle, bro.
An NFL quarterback should be able, anybody that, even a collegiate quarterback, should be able to stand at the 30, 40-yard line and be able to throw the ball to the goal line. The question is, could they get it to the pylon? Could they hit the pylon? This is the problem. Jimmy can't get the ball where it needs to be. Did you just see the damn pass Russell Wilson just threw to Lockett?
No,
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, let me tell you something. There's no better deep ball thrower in the league than Russell Wilson.
But
hands down.
The reason why they're so dependent on it in Seattle is because they don't have a good defense. They're not a balanced team, bro.
I understand that, but I'm not saying I want Jimmy to be dependent on it. I want Jimmy to be able to do it and execute a throw.
What does that mean?
He can.
We have, but you just said that in the Super Bowl he was able to do it.
I don't understand why we're arguing. Jimmy Garoppolo is 25-9 as a starting quarterback, winning football games. What does the deep ball got to do with anything?
I don't think we're arguing. We're just having like a conversation about if the offense is a little bit handicapped, bro. Like, I don't see this as an argument. Like,
what you're saying.
Nobody been cussing. We all have had a fair input.
I'm just saying, like, why is it a point when?
Because you're asking if Jimmy Garoppolo is the future of the San Francisco 49ers, and we're giving you reasons why it's still in question. That's the problem.
Right. You guys are giving us one possible reason. But here's my flip side to that. We've seen Jimmy be able to win a shootout. Right or wrong?
Multiple.
Okay. So that's
last year.
Can Jimmy Garoppolo go into a game where the defense is going to get worked and he can win a shootout? The answer is yes. We know that, right? The throw from the Super Bowl, can he throw it deep if the game is on the line? The answer is yes. It was just a bad receiver choice for that route.
That's Ayuk. He catches that.
Right.
Yeah, I really think Sanders was just out of gas.
Right. So that means that he can throw it deep if he needs to. That means that he can win a shootout. That means he can execute the intermediate routes. And that means he can listen. The biggest critique I had on Jimmy going into this season was that he couldn't hit the checkdowns. He's killing that shit this year. Anything short.
I think Mike. My biggest issue with Jimmy is still reading the defense. I still think he struggles in coverages. I really do. I still think he tries to fit the balls, his passes into certain zones that he shouldn't. And then you get those kind of crazy interceptions that you got tonight, which is the first one Tony was talking about earlier on the show.
Right.
But I think that gets better over time because Jimmy just needs to be the starting quarterback.
Yes. And that's the thing. Those things take time to develop. Russell Wilson this year is playing like the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
And we watched him progress over the years.
That's my point.
He didn't start like this.
That's my point. Russell Wilson has been doing this for 7 or 8 years. That's my entire point. So why can't we be patient here with the San Francisco 49ers? Like, we know Jimmy has a deep pass. We know that he can do it. We know Jimmy can win shootouts. We know he's excellent in the intermediate routes, the third and long situations. And this year he's showing us that he's got the checkdowns He's got them. So I just think that we should be a little bit more patient because we want it all immediately, and that's just not the case. Joe Burrow is going out there and putting up phenomenal numbers for a rookie, right? But Joe Burrow has a ton of flaws. He has a ton of flaws. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mike, do you know what's so funny? The comparison between Russell Wilson and Jimmy Garoppolo is when Russell Wilson came into the league, his first 3 years in the league, what was his team predicated on winning games on?
The
running game and a great defense, right?
Absolutely.
It's the same thing with Jimmy fucking Garoppolo, right?
But that's my point. And
you know what I mean? So I get what you're saying, bro. He's had 7-8 years of starting, being a starting quarterback in the NFL, right? And it's went from a great running game to a pretty good running game and a horrible defense. So I get what you're saying. Like, him and Jimmy Garoppolo came into the league and they basically started with the same thing: a great defense and an awesome running game. So I get it.
Now, and the other knock that people had on Jimmy is that if a play breaks down, he can't scramble and get the first. But he showed tonight he can do that. He's been doing that randomly. Now, that's not your game plan, but that's something you can do. Listen, we're getting close to we just hit the 2-hour mark, but we have to give out our awards, guys.
We haven't talked about this game. We spent 40 minutes on Jimmy Garoppolo. We just won this game. Like, we literally just won this game and beat a New England Patriots.
Well, we were talking about Jimmy Garoppolo going forward, so I think it matters, right? Because you're talking about
it matters. It matters.
The progression of your quarterback. I know we won. We overreacted about the win, but it's the overreaction show. So can Jimmy continue to do this? Is the question if he can't accurately hit on these deep passes, and that I think that's where this comes in. Okay. Plus, it was a question we answered too.
So let's start. Let's get to our awards here, guys. Who wants to go first? Everybody has their own segment here.
Me, because I got to be out.
All right. So Breezy, you have to give us the most hype player.
Most hype player goes to my man out of Harvard, Mr. Kyle Juszczyk. Yo, this dude was juiced up all the way, bro. All the way juiced up. I'm talking on touchdowns. I'm talking on blocks. I'm talking on first downs. I'm talking on whatever. He was juiced. He definitely earned his name tonight. He's the most hype player in tonight's game. Shout out one time. Tap that bottle.
Bang.
For my man Juice. That's not Juice, y'all. That's not Juice.
Yo, the best part about Juice tonight was how he was laughing at everybody on the
Yeah, my man was getting up like laughing in people's faces, like, bro, you
heard him on the live stream when he was like, "Ha, you better get a better defense than that." Like, bro,
like, listen, he was borderline disrespectful tonight. Like, yo, you got to remember, Juice, they can hit you too, bro. Like,
premium juice, I love it, Ian. Premium juice.
Yeah. All right, so let's keep it moving here. Nick, you got the night hit stick, and Tony, you got your MVP according to contracts. Tony's got a tougher job than everybody on here because Tony's got to be someone based off of what they're getting annually. So I can go next. It doesn't matter to me, but any volunteers? If not, I'll go.
Biggest hit tonight was on Laken Tomlinson tackled Jimmy Garoppolo.
Hit stick.
Oh, what?
Come on, Nick.
No, I got to bring that up. But no,
hey, bro.
No, Laken Tomlinson literally tackled his ass, bro.
Oh my god.
But no, biggest hit tonight.
I hate Nick, bro.
It's gotta be Cyprian on the one the Cyprian play on the kickoff return. I think he had the biggest hit tonight.
Yeah, and that was a group effort too. Dante Johnson was in there on that, but Cyprian came over.
Spoon was in there too.
Yeah. My two DBs were in there. I said my two because those are the guys I've been going to war for, right? And then Cyprian. Yeah, Nick, that's a good call, man. And Cyprian, he didn't just do it on just that play. Cyprian, man, I was Nick Breezy. You said that Cyprian's an 11-year vet. Is that real? He's been in the league that long?
I be making up numbers and shit. You know how I do. I make up words and I make up numbers. But you know what? I'm just gonna go check.
I don't know how long he's been in the league.
Why would Mike bring that up? Nobody cared about what I said about Cyprian. And then your boy Nick, your boy Mike says, "Yo, was he really an 11-year vet?"
It's not that you're wrong. You could be absolutely right. I don't remember for sure, but I just remember the talk about Jonathan Cyprian.
7 years. He was drafted in 2013.
Shit,
Yeah.
I was close.
Yeah, that's not a bad guess, man. You threw
You
it
had
out
the
there.
7-Eleven.
And that joint stuck with me, bro. Breezy was like, yeah, the 11-year vet was kicking ass out there. I'm like, yo, 11 years? Okay. All right, the night hit stick. All right. So Nick gives it to Cyprian. I like that.
Love it, Nick. Love it.
I like that. And before we move on, I'm going to read this comment here from Mark Lamar, $4.99 contribution. We thank you for it. It says Jimmy is actually taking off running when needed 2 games straight.
Facts. Last week, Cat tried to truck over a dude and fell backwards, but he tried and got 7-8 yards.
And I'll take that every time. And you know what was funny is everybody was trying to credit Jimmy for lowering his shoulder to deliver the hit. He was like, yeah, no, I just tripped. I wanted to slide forward to make sure I got the extra yards and not slide backwards because they mark it back from when you start your slide. I wanted to make sure I got the yards. Even Jimmy was humble in his praise. So
yeah, you heard Kyle Shanahan say to him was like, because they asked him about him taking the hit, and he's like, yeah, I talked to Jimmy about that, and Jimmy's like, I went to go slide, but I didn't see the safety till the last minute, and then I was just like, I better brace myself, and took the hit.
Yep. So I like that. Jimmy was trying to be, wasn't me, but it's cool. All right, Tony, you want to go or you want me to go, man?
Yeah, you can go.
All right. So my thing is the burner. All right, and that's because I smoke the cigars, right? The burner of the night. So who played the fastest tonight? This was a tough one for me because I gave it to Hasty last week, and my reason for giving it to him last week was because I felt like we weren't going to be able to give him his flowers later on. But damn it, Hasty did it again. I don't want to give it to the same person two weeks in a row. So I'm going to actually give it to another running back in Jeff Wilson Jr. Jeff Wilson Jr. looked explosive all night long. He looked decisive. He was doing exactly what the 49ers needed. It's rare that I watch this team go out there and the running back get just 4 yards to carry and be so happy about it.
No. Jeff Wilson Jr. averaged six yards to carry. Hasty averaged 6.3, bro.
Mm-hmm. No. I know how he finished. But what I was looking at was like, yo, like this dude, like, damn, man, like what's going on, my guy? Like he was getting them, and it wasn't like he had one big 40, 50-yard run that boosted his numbers. This was a consistent thing for him. Plays that looked like they were going to be just 1 or 2 yard gains, maybe even a loss, he turned into a serious positive. So I have to give it to Jeff Wilson Jr., man. And I'm praying for this young man's injury. I'm hoping that he's okay and that he can come back in a week or two. Let him sit out a game if he has to. But I'm going to give my award. My burner for tonight is going to have to be my man, Jeff Wilson Jr. So, Tony, man, it's on you, man. You got to evaluate these contracts and which guy outperformed, I guess, their contract for the night. You're the cap guru here. So who you got, man?
Well, you went with Jeff Wilson Jr. I'm not going to go with him for the contract. I'm going to go with Jamar Taylor, the nickel corner.
Wait, hold on. Let me put a stat back. Let me put a stat line back up there because I know you got him. Hold on. Where is it there?
Three tackles, 2 interceptions. 2
interceptions, man. That's the guy right there on the night, man. That's the guy. You know what's crazy? I thought about giving it to Fred Warner, right? But you can give it to Fred. You can give the burner to Fred Warner every night. You can even give Tony. You could have given this to Fred Warner because he's playing on a rookie contract.
Yeah,
I could have gave it to Fred too for being the most hyped player. He's
right.
bringing it.
Taylor, and Wilson make less than him. So if it's about the best value, that's why I chose from. I was going to choose from those two, but you took Wilson, so I took Taylor.
Now, Juice. Kittle went to the microphone and talked about National Tight Ends Day, and he said that both games, because the other one was against the Panthers, he said both games he didn't get in the end zone. He contributed, he didn't get in the end zone. He said, but the running backs had a phenomenal night in both games. Yep, he said maybe it should be National Running Backs Night, right? He said the first game was against the Panthers, and we had Tevin Coleman get 4 touchdowns. Tonight, it was Jeff Wilson Jr. with 3 touchdowns. Do you think that Kyle Shanahan, I know this is going to be a cheesy, corny question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you think Shanahan thinks to himself, they're going to be expecting to stop George Kittle tonight because it's National Tight Ends Day, so let me do it with other people? Because if we include Kyle Juszczyk in it, our running backs were phenomenal tonight. Our running backs accounted for 4 touchdowns? 4 touchdowns tonight, right? Juice got one, didn't he?
Yep, he did get one.
Juice got one. We had 3 by Wilson. Do you think Shanahan goes out of his way to say, hey, I know what you're thinking, so I'm not going to do it? Or do you think that was just a game plan?
Game plan. Domination.
It was game plan, Mike. It was part game plan and part the fact that, oh snap, this is working. Let's keep rocking with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type game plan. But I think that's what it was, guys. I'm gonna get up out of here, man, because I gotta go correct some papers and stuff. So much love to y'all, man. Keep it going, man. I'll be watching.
All right, brother. You be safe out there. Don't grade those kids too hard.
Shit.
They getting all A's tonight.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
That's funny.
Wait, did I remove Mike? I thought I removed me.
Yeah, you removed Mike.
Hey.
And then I was about to say, and didn't add me back, but it's cool. I'm in here now. All right, it's cool. So Breezy's out, man. Guys, man, what are your final thoughts for the night, man? We're over the 2-hour mark. We try to do an hour and a half plus show. We've exceeded that by 40 minutes, and we're still going. Let's get some final thoughts. Let's start with our guest here, and Dre. Guys, make sure you go out there and you subscribe and turn on your notifications for them also. I can't tell you guys how important notifications are. I know subscribing is one thing, and when you finally log back into YouTube, you can click it and see what shows they have posted. But those notifications are going to let you know exactly when they go live. If you don't have the notifications on, you're just only going to see replays. But if you want to enjoy these shows live, then that's how you have to do it. Dre, you got a nice cut over there, man. Hey, do you when the last time you seen a barber? You doing that at home?
Bro, I cut my own hair, bro. I cut my hair.
You cut your own hair. What do you use? What kind?
Andy's, bro. Andy's the best clippers in the game.
Yeah, Tony, do you cut your own hair?
Yeah.
Really, Nick? What about you?
No.
You don't cut any of your hairs on your own?
Some of my, I manscape.
Here we go. Here we go, baby. Oh, y'all thought I was not going to do a Manscaped commercial tonight? This is the last one, too, until they re-up. They contract is up with us, bro. So if Manscaped wants some more, they got to come. But this is their last one here. Listen, man, guys, we talked about Cosmo saying that if you want a new look, you want to get over a bad breakup, you got to go and change your look. Manscaped told you to do it, right? We've talked about how my kids, I was trying to manscape in the bathroom, right? And I'm an old school guy, right? So I was manscaping over the toilet, and my daughter said, "Daddy, what's that noise in there?" I jumped in the shower because that joint waterproof. I jumped in the shower. I told you all about that one, right? So I have another story about the manscaping thing, right? So I've been trying to do some push-ups and everything. I'm trying to get my chest a little bit bigger, right? And I noticed less hair on the chest looks better, right?
Wait, hold on. Did you shave off the Persian sweater?
Listen, Nick, it's not as long as it used to be, bro. I can't show you right now because it's a tight ass hoodie. But yeah, man, I got rid of taco meat, bro. I got rid of taco meat. So here's my new story about Manscaped. So they sent us all some more packages and everything, right? And I was having this issue. I was talking to my daughter, and I kept saying, "Baby, you got to speak up. You got to speak up." And then here comes my son. He's talking. I'm like, "Derek, you got to speak up, bro. Like, I can't hear what you're saying." Then all of a sudden it hit me. Boom. Maybe I got too much hair in my ears. Maybe it's something in my ears that's bugging me, right? So Manscaped sent all of us all these new in your ear, is it nose and ear trimmers, right? And I put that thing in there and I'm like, yo, this ain't going to do much. But then here's the crazy part. You don't know you have hair in your ears until you go to cut it. Because then you can hear it clicks it, right? And I'm like, damn, I got hair in my ears. I'm really getting old. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to laugh at people with the old men with the gray hairs coming out their ears and everything. Man, listen, I got them. Ain't no shame in my game. So I had to clip my ears, and then all of a sudden my kids are talking. I'm like, damn, I can actually hear you a little bit better. It wasn't much, but it made a difference. So guys, if you're struggling out there to hear your family, if you can't smell the dinner that your wife is cooking or your significant other, or maybe you're cooking it yourself, go out to manscaped.com. Use the promo code NB9ERS. It'll save you 20% and you get free shipping. Go to manscaped.com. Use our promo code, courtesy of us. You're going to save 20%. You can get the Lawnmower 3.0. You can get the nose and hair trimmer. They have a bunch of products, and they're coming out with new stuff also, guys. So make sure you head over to manscaped.com. Use the promo code NB9ERS to save 20%, and you get free shipping. They sent it to all of us here on the show. I appreciate them for sending us those packages. They didn't have to do that. And by the way, I haven't forgotten about the 10K giveaway. We're going to do it. And here's what I'm going to do. I said we were going to give away 3 gifts to people, right? I'm going to throw in a runner-up package. The runner-up package is going to receive a full Manscaped kit with I called it the lifter, but it's actually called a Reviver. I'm not going to do that again. But you're going to get the Reviver You're gonna get the toner. You're gonna get the what is it called? 3.0, the lawnmower 3.0.
The weed
You're
whacker.
gonna get the whole package. Yeah, you're gonna get all of that. So we're actually gonna give away 4 things for
And
this.
by the way, this isn't the one that Mike used.
No, I wouldn't do that. It's gonna be brand new. Yeah, I would not do that to you guys. Absolutely not. That's disgusting. I'm mad at you. I'm not mad that we have to say that, but I'm happy that you pointed that out. I'm not giving you guys a used product, okay? We're going to give you guys something brand new in the box still. It's sitting on my countertop. It's just sitting here. So as soon as we get these winners, we're going to give that out to a lucky runner-up to the people who don't get the three items where you pick any 49ers item. It can be from our website. It could be a custom jersey, whatever it is that you guys are looking for. We're going to provide that to you guys. We are going to make a special announcement, and in that video, you're going to have to respond. All right. So once you reply to that video when we post it, we're going to get the lucky 3 people. Top 3 people get whatever they want, and the 4th person is going to receive the Manscaped kit. So look for that video, and that's why it's important to turn your notifications on, because we are not going to do that video live. It's going to be a video that we post randomly. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and you have to watch what we post. I can't say it enough. If you don't post in that chat, you're not going to be eligible to receive these gifts. So make sure you guys do it. Courtesy of Manscaped. They hooked us up. We're going to give it back to the people, because that's what we're all about here, is giving back. So that's going to do it. Taco meat. There's no taco meat to show, bro. He took a shot. I swear there's no taco meat to show, man. I didn't go all the way down because it itches when it grows back. So I wanted a little bit there. But that's the cool thing about the lawnmower 3.0. It comes with a little thing where you can adjust the height on it.
The attachments.
So, yeah, I didn't go all the way down because I hate you get the hair bumps and all that stuff and the itches and all that. But if there's a little bit of hair there, it's not that bad and you can't see it. So that's what I decided to do with the taco meat. I took it down, chopped it up, and I'm ready to give back to the people now. So, all right. So, Dre, you gave your final thoughts, right?
No, not yet.
Oh, go ahead. So let's give it to Dre to give his final thoughts, and then we're gonna go over and we'll wrap this thing.
Yeah,
up.
man. My final thoughts is, man. I really appreciate you guys, bro. It's awesome what the 49ers faithful diehard fans do for each other. I have literally 4 guys where I could come to Connecticut or Jersey or Philly, and I could inbox these guys, let them know I'm in town, and they're gonna make sure that I'm good while I'm there. That's the most important thing about being a faithful, bro. It's really a beautiful thing. I've developed relationships with good men who are family men and take care of their business, take care of their families, and that's the most important. The second thing is we're not out of this race, right? We have played against 2 very well coached franchises who have some pretty good players, and we're still in this thing, man. And it's a big win for the 49ers faithful and for the 49ers brass. And I'm excited about going to play the Seahawks next week, man. And you guys, if you watching, like and subscribe to Niners Nothing But Niners, and you can check me out at Niners All Day. Mike, Nick, Tony, Breezy, not here. You watching, man? I really appreciate you guys, bro, for giving me the opportunity just to come on and talk Niners football, bro. And I'll see you guys next week, bro. We on to Seattle. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. So I'll tap in with you guys, bro, and I'm about to retweet this episode right now.
We appreciate you, man. Thank you very much.
All right. No doubt.
Yo, thanks for letting me talk tonight.
Oh, I'm mad he did before you can say that. Oh, that was good. Good call back there, Nick. I like that. That's my favorite part of the show, man. And the faithful, the viewers do it more than anything. You know what I'm saying? So I like it. I like it a lot. Tony, man, what are your final thoughts, man? You can talk about the game, whatever it is, man. Let's break this thing down, man.
I thought the game was impressive. Kyle did his best. He came up with a great plan for what his offensive players around him. The defense keeps showing up. Keep shutting teams down. I know Cam Newton isn't the greatest quarterback, but they just
love it, Nick. I love it.
They just keep playing solid week in and week out. They're very disciplined, and I kind of like the way the secondary played today as far as the corners and the safeties. The linebackers, Fred Warner was flying around. There was some pressure up the middle with DJ Jones. I thought he had a pretty good game today. We're adding Willis. Hopefully, I think this week we're going to get him after he clears the COVID protocol. But listen, it's going to be a big test this week versus Seattle. They're playing Arizona pretty good. We're going to be probably down Debo. We're going to be down Jeff Wilson Jr. So we're going to really see what Kyle's going to adjust to now. His main motion guy, Debo, he's probably not going to be in the game. So it's going to be interesting what kind of game plan he comes up in his script and his play calling, how it's going to be without Debo.
Yeah. Yeah. All good thoughts, man. Very good thoughts. Nick, man, what about you, bro?
I got a question. Do the Niners look? There was a podcast last week or something like that, and I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody saying, if I'm buying stock in any NFL team, I'm buying stock in the 49ers. Even with all their injuries, this team is still a contender in the NFC. How much is this team, not that we want the national media hype and things like that, but the team is the media is quick to bash you when you're not playing well and you have a ton of injuries. But I don't think this team gets enough credit for how they're playing. To be 4-3 in the NFC West still, and obviously you still just want to look, our gauntlet started 2 weeks ago, right? We're 2-0 going into that gauntlet. Because they're all like, well, they got the Rams, then they got the Patriots, and then they got Seattle, and they got every team that we're about to go up against has a weakness. Every single team. Seattle's is the defense, but offenses just can't score enough points on them or hold them from scoring enough points.
Mm-hmm.
I think our secondary can do that with Seattle, right? I think we can score more points than Seattle. Green Bay's easily beatable, right? The Cardinals, we should have beat them, right? But look, this team is trending up right now with all the injuries. We just seen it today. Jimmy Garoppolo played well. Obviously, had 2 interceptions. Didn't throw any touchdowns, but the running backs played well. But the thing that's going to hurt us, like Tony was saying, are you going to be down Jeff Wilson? I'm okay with being down Jeff Wilson because I think Hasty and Tevin Coleman can run the football, right? So we're covered there. Debo being down, yeah, it hurts a little bit. Kendrick Bourne had not a single target today, right? Not a single target. We know that Kendrick Bourne can do it behind the sticks. How do you beat Seattle next week? Their secondary is garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Eat up the middle of the field, and we'll talk about this more, but this is just closing thoughts. Guys, this team is not out of this yet. This team is not going to be a seller, and if anything, they may be a buyer and try to make something happen now going into this gauntlet, one way or another. They may try to get something because they're seeing it. I think this week, like we said it, I think this week was are we going to be a seller or are we going to be a buyer? Like, where are we buying into?
Mm-hmm.
Are we done? Are we this? But no, great game all around today by the Niners completely. And this just shows, look, we give Kyle Shanahan a shit ton of criticism. But this guy schemed the hell out of this game plan today.
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen on a couple plays with Jerick McKinnon where they took the edge away on the defensive side of the football. But Kyle Shanahan had a game plan for that in utilizing the screens and things like that, and we beat New England at their own game. And kudos to him and the players for executing all 3 phases today.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I got a couple of flowers to give myself. I'm going to start with praising. I'm going to start at the top with the GM. We have talked about testing depth. We thought we tested it last year. I think we're actually a little bit deeper this year. I think we're a lot deeper this year, in all honesty. And John Lynch is showing his worth. Now, you can say it's not John Lynch, it's Adam Peters. You can say whoever it is, but it all starts with John Lynch because he has to pull the final trigger. The fact that he's trusting these guys to go out and scout these players, whether it's veterans, undrafted free agents, whatever it is, John Lynch is going and he's digging to the depths of this NFL team, the NFL player pool, and he is finding guys to overcome these injuries and to make this team succeed going forward. John Lynch is one of those guys that gets a lot of praise in my book. I'm not going to be down on him. I know people were a little skittish earlier on, but I think you see his value here. I also want to give some credit to Kyle Shanahan. I won't touch on it because Nick just did a phenomenal job at that, so I won't touch on that. But the other one is going to be Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh is a guy that when the Jets game happened, get rid of Saleh, fire Saleh. He's never going to be a head coach. He can't prepare a team. Did you watch tonight? You can't tell me that the defense didn't bring more juice than the offense. And the defense was playing with a ton of backups. Okay? I am giving Robert Saleh a ton of credit. People said that they don't know if he can prepare a team. He might not be head coach material. Robert Saleh prepared his side of the ball better, in my opinion, than what Shanahan did tonight. And that's not a knock on Shanahan, because if I had to grade Shanahan, I would give him an A. If I grade Robert Saleh, he gets an A+. Two very good grades, but Robert Saleh is making miracles out of nothing. He is literally turning water, not literally, he's turning water into wine, guys. Robert Saleh is doing exactly what we need to be done here. He's coming up with a very specific scheme per team and taking advantage of it. So I have to tip my hat to Robert Saleh also. And then I also want to tip my hat to you guys, all of us here on Nothing But Niners. We do these pregame shows, we do the preview shows, we do the crossover shows. And if you listen, if you watch and you listen and you take notes on what we're saying, you'll realize that we touch on everything that goes our way. And things that don't go our way, we don't hold any punches. We tell you guys, Jimmy can't do this. The running backs are going to struggle with this. The offensive linemen are going to struggle with this. The defense is going to struggle with this. We point all of it out. And then we take it a step further when we start assessing the teams that we're playing against, right? We talked about tonight, for example, why isn't Julian Edelman as successful? Has he lost a step, right? And one of the things that we said in the pregame show was that, no, I don't think he's lost a step. I think Cam Newton throws the ball just a little too hard for Julian Edelman to be successful. That resulted in an interception. It was a bullet thrown 5 yards deep, a hard bullet, bounced off his hand, went up in the air, boom, and it was an interception. Guys, we are doing a phenomenal job, so I'm giving my hat tip to you guys. Breezy's not here, but Breezy also. We do a phenomenal job of watching the tape. We might not sit here and tell you this formation, this scheme, and that scheme, but we break it down to a way that any and everybody can understand what we're saying. And I appreciate that, because I listen to some of these podcasts. I watch, I listen to the PFF podcast and all that. And these guys start talking stuff. And I'm like, man, if you don't study football that way, people aren't going to know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? What's the difference between, we talked about this last week, between the jet sweep or the jet motion or an orbit motion. One is behind the quarterback, one is in front of him, right? But people don't break that down on those shows. They just say it and expect people to know what you're talking about. The personnel packages and things like that, and taking advantage of zone and power, all that stuff. Look, it all sounds good, but we break it down in a way that the average fan can understand. So I'm tipping my hat to the crew here, not myself, but to you guys. I commend you guys for what you do. Stay encouraged, guys. I truly believe that this is one of the best 49ers shows out there. And I'm not saying that because I'm here. I'm saying that because of what we bring to the table. I really, really believe that. So shout out to the coaching staff and shout out to our staff here at Nothing But Niners. My final thoughts are going to be this. This team is not done. Dre touched on it. Nick touched on it. This is going to be a long haul. We're here to compete, and I don't think we're done competing. I don't think you've seen the best of what this team has to offer by a long shot. We're dealing with so many injuries. It's not even funny. But I don't think that we're done by a long shot. I think this team can get significantly better, and I'm looking forward to that. And this is week 7. I say about 5 or 6 weeks, this team can take it up another level on defense as well as on offense. And so when we get those guys back, it's going to be something that we've never seen before in Kyle Shanahan's system, and I'm looking forward to it so much, man. This team, I don't care if it's a wild card. I don't care if it's the number 1 seed. I don't know where we're going to finish. But if we can make the playoffs, we're probably going to be the most dangerous team in the postseason. Those are my final thoughts. Just guys, you got to remember to stay locked in, guys. Stay locked in. The seasons are not done in 1 week. Regardless if it's a win or a loss, the seasons aren't over. You are not defined by just one game. I can't reiterate that enough. One game does not define a team. It does not define a coaching staff. You have to look at it as a collective. And as a collective, this team is pretty damn good. This is a really, really good team, guys. So that's it for us tonight, man. We thank you all for rocking out with us 2.5 hours. You guys are the best, the people out there watching, and I can't wait to give back to you guys. So be on the lookout. Turn those notifications on. We're trying to do a special video. We're working with a partner to try to get that done. If we can't get it done this week, we're just going to go ahead and post something on Saturday. So make sure you have those notifications turned on and look out for that video. You must comment in it for the giveaway, and I can't wait to make this order. I'm excited to place an order. I'm excited to spend money. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what it's all about. You know, Dre talked about this being a family. The faithful are a family, and that's exactly what it is. We look out for our own. When faithfuls are in trouble, we retweet, we contribute, all that good stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue to bring that to you guys. That's it for us tonight, man. I don't think any other words, guys, before we get up out of here. No, Tony says no. Nick is looking at his Johnson. He just sprayed the reviver on himself, didn't he?
I said Russell Wilson was just intercepted in the end zone.
Oh, I thought you were looking down because you sprayed the reviver on yourself.
Nah, no reviver tonight. But you know what? You said one game can't define you, but one game can change which direction you go.
If you lose too many consecutively, then the players start to fall apart. These players show.
That Miami Dolphins loss was big for us, and I think the embarrassment made these guys feel different, and I think they're looking at this team. Look, we're probably the most injured team in the NFL, and we're still winning football games. We're 4-3. If we were in the NFC East, we're winning the division.
And the games that we're winning, here's the other thing to look at. The games that we're winning, we're doing it convincingly, right? And people are going to go back to last week and look at the final score. That final score is not indicative of how that game went at all. That game was not as close as what that final score suggests. And I'll be honest, tonight's game, I know that we won that game by, what was it, 27? I think
33 to 6, right?
33 to 6, yeah, 27 points. That game wasn't even that close. It wasn't.
And only 3 points were answered points. 3 of them were unanswered.
Mm-hmm. And here's the crazy part. There was a block kick on there where we should have had more points than what we actually had. So, no, this team is not defined by just one game, but the players were motivated by one. It lit a fire under those players, and they're still talking about it 2 weeks later. They're still talking about it. That lets you know that it's in here, and they know that they're better, and now they're going to give you better. So just stay faithful, guys, and that's going to do it for us here tonight, man. We're going to get up out of here. We have nothing else to say. So prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always remain faithful.
We out of here. Feels great, baby.